Hello? Look, I have a new screen. Oh, Monty's in the way. I put him down. He sits in my lap, and I had to use the bathroom, so I got up. Anyway, I have a new screen just for crocheting because I was like, I want to do this. Anyway, I have a book. Oh, my camera's like weird. Okay, I have book. I have book. I'm gonna put the music back on because I feel weird with no sound. So, oh, my phone's going off. Do I have Spotify on here? I don't! I only have YouTube. Okay, hold on. Let's find something for y'all. I have a little screen up here, specifically, because I want to watch Growing Up Creepy. It's all on YouTube, but I don't know if I'll get, like, hella banned, so, uh, you can't see anything at the moment because I didn't refresh the fucking thing, but we'll find something to listen to, I guess, while I show y'all this book. Where's like a Halloween lo-fi? Am I allowed to watch Lo-Fi Girl on Twitch? Will I get banned for that? How do I know what is and isn't allowed? I guess I'll find out. Oh, this one's got little ghosts on it. Time to throw up a VOD. Yeah, literally. That's what's going to happen. Spooky Lo-Fi that's live with Jack Skellington on it. What makes it spooky? It's so loud in my ears. I will full screen this and then I will refresh this. There you go. Oh, look, you can see it up here. Isn't that so cool? I'm gonna turn this. I don't know what's a good to move my mic. I'm trying to make it so that y'all don't see my everything. Is that a good volume? Am I louder than the Jack Skellington on my screen? I sound fine? Okay. Let me stop sitting on my foot. Okay. And we put Monty here. He can sit there. Can you see him? Sure. I got Monty. I got my FNAF shirt. I got. Oh! Oh! The most important part of today's fit. Hold on. I got very fast pair socks. Look at him. Look at him. Freddy socks, dude. I got the ors. Okay, anyway. I'm wearing shorts, Twitch. Don't ban me. Anyway. Monty can sit here while we go through my book. So, I got this book a while ago. My friend bought me this book. I'll flip it over so that y'all can read it. I love them. I love them too. I got them for my birthday. But it's called Crochet World of Creepy Creatures and Cryptids. And so it's got a bunch of cryptids on here. We're gonna be making Sunday Man today. Because I have all this stuff for him. But, anyway. We're gonna go through. I'm not really good at, like, I wouldn't be a good teacher. Yeah, perfect for Halloween season. And so we've got... This is, like, the first page that, like, matters. This is hard to do. Hold on. I have a Sonic in the way. Let me move that over here. Can you see this? I don't... You know... Anyway. Maybe I'll just leave it flat. I'm moving it the wrong way. Oh, you know what? My switch is in the way. This is as good as it's getting, I think. Anyway. These are just pages that don't matter. And there's an introduction that I'm not gonna read. And then this is just talking about different techniques. Like if instead of wanting him to be small, you want him to be big. And it's basically just like use bigger yarn and a bigger crochet hook. That's the whole technique. Painting eyes and stuff like that. As you can see, there's a very important man here. So the chapter 1 is all about cryptids. So let's get into it. First cryptid on here is Cthulhu, who isn't really a cryptid, but you know, Cthulhu. He doesn't look too hard to make, but I feel like making these little tentacles would make me want to die. So. And then the next one is the Loch Ness Monster, otherwise known as Nessie. Which is a long pattern. So, because it starts on this page. And well, no, Cthulhu's a much longer pattern, because his is all of this page, and all of this page, and this is Nessie's. And it has a lot of instructions on the assembly. So this is her. Look at her. She's beauty, she's grace. She's a dinosaur. Very cute, very cute. Here's my personal favorite, as we all know. We've got Mothman. I have all the stuff to make Mothman, except for the eyeballs. I need to make I need to buy the eyeballs, because I don't want to paint them. And there's red safety eyes I can buy on Amazon. And so I want to buy some eyeballs for him, but I've got all the stuff for him. And look at him. He's just a man. He's just a dude. Look at him. He's so perfect. Look at that. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? No, they don't look like M&Ms. They look like Mothman eyes. That's also part of the reason why I want to buy them. You're hungry? Fair. But when you buy them, like if I were to buy them, then they would be shiny red, not matte red. The next one in here is the Chupacabra, which to me doesn't really look a lot like a Chupacabra, but he's still really cute. I really like him. And he's got little spikies on his back. It's hard to see. Glare. Look. Focus. I don't know how to... There we go. Got little spikies on his back. And he's got these little, like, fangies so he can suck the blood out of goats. But I don't think he looks a lot like a Chupacabra. To be fair, though, I think, Poppy looks like the Chupacabra, so... Yeah. Jackalope. I love jackalopes. I have a funny story about jackalopes, actually. I had a friend, or I used to have a friend, that, didn't believe me when I told him about jackalopes. I was like, dude, have you, like, because I found, like, a jackalope VTuber or something, and I was like, dude, jackalope VTuber, that's amazing, and I love everything about that idea. And he was like, what the fuck is a jackalope? And I was like, you know, that cryptid that's like, you can't see Monty because my fucking arm is in the way. You can see Michael Myers. Anyway. You know, it's like a rabbit with, antlers. That's all it is. And he was like, that doesn't sound real. And I was like, well, it's not real. It's a cryptid. But people taxidermy. People that do taxidermy, they'll taxidermy a rabbit and then put antlers on it. And then it's a jackalope. And he was like, that's not real. And so I had to, like, Google it and, like, show it to him. And he was like, I've never heard of this before. And I'm like, how in, like, your 30 years of life have you never heard of a jackalope before? And he was insistent. And I was like, no, you're wrong. Anyway, jackalope. I like them. They're very cute. The next one, we have the sandworm. You can kind of see him down here, but there's a big picture of him, so. Sandworm. Like, Dune. This came out... I don't know when this came out. I was gonna say this came out before Dune, but technically it didn't, because Dune is really old. Like, the books and the... there's an original movie, so... Dune is old. Anyway. Sandworm! Fucking Lisan Al-Gaib. Looking ass. Anyway. I need to sit up straight, because y'all can actually see me. This is not what you look like. You don't look like a sandworm. Chapter 2 is about man-eaters. So, the first one we have on here is the Minotaur, but I don't think it's the first pattern. No, the first pattern is a werewolf. And I do want to make him. Look how cute he is. Look at his little worried eyebrow. I love him. And so I do want to make him eventually. But we'll see. I don't know if it's above my skill level. You have to brush out the yarn, and low-key, I think brushing out the yarn would make me want to die. So I may just buy, like, fluffy yarn, because that's a thing. But I want to make him. He's very cute. Look at, he just looks so worried. He just looks like worried. He doesn't want to eat nobody. He wants to know where he is and where his clothes went and why everybody's screaming. This is a very long pattern also, if you can't tell. All of this is werewolf pattern, so that's why I was like, oh, okay. Anyway. Zombie. Look at him. Look how cute he is. I think this one you have to, like, put chalk around the eyes. Ah, go man, cringe wolf picture, but is this werewolf? Yeah! I like this little zombie guy. He's a little zombie guy. You know. He's got a little tie. I didn't even notice that. Hold on, now I gotta go back. Got a little tie. Little brain sticking out. But yeah, oh my god, he is dressed like SpongeBob! Dude! Today we're gonna be making Slender Man, which is this page. So this is what he looks like. I have everything for him. I have the felt and everything. So I want to try to make him today. I love Slender Man. I was a creepypasta. If y'all didn't know, I was a creepypasta kid growing up. That was one of my cringe phases, personally. Was creepypasta. And I say it's a phase, but it's not even really a phase. I still love creepypasta. I just don't really participate in a lot of the content anymore. But I have my faves. And so I want to make Slendy Man because I love Slendy Man. He's a classic. He's the OG, you know. It's Slendy Man. Teenage phases. Dude, I think I didn't really go through phases. Like, I didn't go through an emo phase. I've always been emo. You are still a Warrior Cats fan. Well, I didn't go through a Homestuck phase. I didn't... Like, I was on Tumblr as a teenager, which still changes you for life. I think, like, what the cringest thing I did as a teenager was that I had Quotev, and not a lot of people know about Quotev, so... But I had Quotev. Nosferatu! Look at him. You didn't start using Tumblr till you were 16 or 17? That's good, actually. Yeah, look at him! They're just so cute. Like, you can't tell me that this is Nosferatu. This is just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's so funny. He is. Look at him. He just stands up and tiny. This guy's... He's not gonna hurt you. Okay, so this page is the Minotaur. So here's the Minotaur. And he has... Oh, he doesn't have as many steps as I thought. I love him. I love him. I do want to make the Minotaur. There's only one picture of him, unfortunately. My phone is going off. But I love him. He's got little ears, he's got little horns, he's got the little bull's nose. I wonder what that is actually. Hold on. I'm gonna look at what it takes to make him real quick.
Welcome, Yasser is 34.
Thank Jesus Christ.
Welcome, Leonel 17.
What's happening?
Welcome, TH3 Go 3.
Wow. Thank you, Saribot. That was kind of crazy. 3? In a row? In a row? That's what Saribot's for, Deputy. You're fine. That's 3 in a row? That's fucking wild. Okay. I was looking to see what gold crafting wire is how you make his little nose ring. That's what I was doing. Okay. Who's next? The Cyclops! They stole his sheep! His favorite sheep! I wonder if we can listen to Epic the Musical on stream. I really want to. But I don't know if I'll get banned. I should just, not message the creator, but I should leave a comment on one of his TikToks and be like, yo, can I listen to this on stream? Dude, they should have a little sheep for him! Is there another picture of him? Oh no, there's just little pieces of... He's also a big one to make. But he's so cute, and I love him. They stole his sheep. What else is there to say? Hold on, I'm gonna check my phone real quick. I have the flip phone, which is really awesome and cool. And not at all nerdy. No, don't close. Do I have anything that I can put on here so that this doesn't close? A squishmallow that I bought for Michael that I never sent to him? Sure. Okay. While I finish checking my phone for like half a second because I'm a terrible streamer and I just have to be on my phone. I'm sure that I could find a little sheep pattern for him though. My squishmallow may not be heavy enough to keep the book down, actually. Oops. That's okay. It's not even my squishmallow, it's for somebody else. I'm so sorry. Just look at Jack Skellington. Just look at him. Just look at Jack Skellington and don't pay attention to me on my phone for like half a second. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my mom laughing in the background. She's apparently watching something very funny. Okay. Okay. I think I lied. I'm not done on my phone. Who's messaging me? Never mind. It doesn't matter. It's not an important person. He'll be fine. Okay. Anyway. And by not an important person, I mean one of my friends that I barely talk to anyway, so he'll be fine. I'm terrible at responding. Everybody knows that. If you've known me for any period of time, I'm like the worst person at responding to messages. So he'll live. Anyway. What's next? The Manticore! It's like a little lion with a scorpion tail. And, ow, my hip itches. Little lion with a scorpion tail. He's very cool. He's very cute. Look at him. Oh, and he's got wings and horns. Very cute. Very mindful. Very demure. This also looks like this whole page is just assembly. So this would be a project and a half, I feel like. I don't sew. I'm not good at sewing. Like, do I have anything that I sell that's sewn? Oh, well, kind of. Because these guys... this part is kind of sewn on, but it's just like whip stitch. It's not like anything important. But my lizards, where are they? Down here. Oop, my head felt purple. Okay. These guys, they've got little legs that you gotta sew on, and they're sewn on so poorly because I don't know how to sew, and I hate doing it, so. That's my main gripe with that. No, my page! Where was we? Manticore? My headphones are falling off my head. Okay. Manticore. Very cute. I love him. We're on chapter 3, which is creatures of the deep. So these are like water creatures. Nessie's not in here because technically they're more of a cryptid. First one is a kraken, which kind of just looks like an octopus. So, you know, take that as you will, but kraken. Well, or squid, because I think krakens are squids. How many tentacles do I make? 8? So this is an octopus. Because squids have 10 tentacles. Because they have 8 tentacles, and then they got 2 really long ones for, like, grabbing things. And I know that because I had to dissect a squid once in elementary school.
That was everyone.
Fun. Pondo. Anyway. Quacken. We've got a mermaid, which to me isn't really that interesting to me. So I don't think I'll be making any of the more, like, human-like characters. Somebody in my family, my mom or my sister, wanted one of the more human-like characters in here, and I was like, no, that's boring. But we'll see. But this is a mermaid. The Kelpie is really cute. Look at it. I love it. It could just be because it's a horse, and I love horses. I love horses. I was not like a horse girl growing up, but I love horses. Seahorse, literally. But I love him. Even though I thought Kelpies technically were more seal-like, but I may be thinking of a different monster. The next one is called the Grindalo. And it just looks like an underwater goblin, and it's really angry and fun. Oh, Selkie! That's what I'm thinking of. Selkie. They just sound similar. Thank you. This is called a Grindalo. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's a funny little goblin that goes underwater. It's greener than this. I feel like it's coming up really tan on, screen, but it's green. I promise it's green. I don't know what a Grindalo is. Does it explain it in the book? Let's see. Oh, it does. Grindalos are little monstrous, ravenous water spirits from English folklore. They live in the shallows of lakes and marshes and prey on small children who venture too close to the water's edge. I try to make even grotesque evil things little and cute, and I hope you can appreciate my efforts with this one. Enjoy your Grindalos, and use them as a reminder to small children not to venture into the water without adult supervision, just like the legends have been used. Okay, so this thing fucking eats children. Got it. Don't play in puddles, I guess. Kappa. Got a Kappa in here. Very funny looking. Very funny looking. I love him. I just love him. Look at him. He's funny looking. I don't know what a Kappa is supposed to be. It's a water demon. Never mind. Oh my god, my nose is bothering me. Kappa. I think that's the only picture of him. I was wrong. Oh, because I've got a bunch of pictures to show how to... Oh, that's right. They've got a little turtle back. I forgot about that. They got a little turtle back. We have a kaiju, which is just Godzilla. You know, Gojira. But, they can't call it Godzilla, obviously, because this is a published book. So this is just a kaiju. Are there other pictures of him? Look at him. Look at him. He's so funny looking. I love him. I think I may want to make this one at some point, potentially. Just because he's so cute. But my main goals right now are Slendyman and Mothman. Once I get eyeballs. But I got the kaiju. And I think the kaiju is really cute, and I love him. Chapter 4 is all about forest dwellers, so we get to see some other creatures. Like, for instance, Bigfoot! Look at this funny little face, dude. Look at his funny little fucking face. He is so cute, and I love him. Can my phone stop going off? What's happening? What's happening? Just look at Bigfoot for a second. I feel like I had something to say, and I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the hell it was that I was going to say. I'm gonna eat a biscuit. Look at his little face. And there's no more pictures of him? But he's so cute and bottom heavy. What type of yarn do you use for this? Fluffy, bulky weight yarn in brown. Bernat Pipsqueak's chocolate. I feel like you could also use this type of yarn for like the werewolf. So that you don't have to brush him, maybe? I don't know. Big feet. Look at him. Look at his stupid little face. And then there's a gnome. If I can... It's just a gnome. I don't like gnomes. My mom, however, like, loves gnomes. So I may be coerced into making this one day, unfortunately. I don't really have anything else to say about that. I don't like gnomes, so this will not be fun for me. Anyway. What's next? Centaur! Is there a big picture of the centaur? There is. It's kind of just a dude. But he's got a horse body. You can see, like, a little picture of him here. This is the centaur. Which, I don't know. I'm not that crazy about the centaur either. Maybe it's because I'm not really interested in making, like, people. I just want to make, like, monsters. You know. What's next? Oh, that's right, there's a fucking chimera. Dude, okay, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. It even has, I don't know if you can tell, if you can see it. It even has, like, the snake tail and everything. But look how long this pattern is, okay? So we've got 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. It's a 4-page fucking pattern. And the thing that sucks is I love this. I would love to make this, but I feel like I would start it and never finish it just because there's so much to do. Like fucking... Focus! I'm moving it the wrong way. Focus! Look at it. Focus! Anyway. I think it would be really fun to make, but I feel like I would never finish it, and then I would just have a bunch of chimera parts. Yeah, my webcam's like, absolutely not. Why would you... Dumb bitch, why would you ask me to focus? Anyway. Next up we have a leshy. So this one's like a leshin, which is the, that English forest spirit. English? Can I read? Hold on. Slavic. Russian spirit. Russian forest spirit, sorry. So. I want to make him as well. They made his body green though, which I've never seen before. But I want to make him as well. I like leshies. I like their cousins more, but I don't know how acceptable it is to make their cousins. And their cousins are not like good creatures. So, but I like the leshie. I like him. I probably would make the body gray though, and not green. And then I would give him the little like fluffy parts would be like black or something. But I don't know. The Jersey Devil, which I feel like should have been with the cryptids, because I've only ever heard of the Jersey Devil as a cryptid, not a forest dweller. But I really like the way he looks. Look at him. He's so silly looking. Why is my light like, what if I... Okay. Oh, you know what? My light's not up as... Did that do anything to help what's happening with the camera? I don't think so. Oh, look. It's your little guy. Deputy that you drew me. Ooh. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Ah. There he is. There he is. I have a pimple patch on him because a bug bit me. So. I was trying to get all the venom out. I think it should be okay now, yeah. Yeah, all the venom's out. Anyway. Hit up Deputy for tattoos. I don't know. She did not draw this with the intention of it being tattooed. I just went, that's cute, I'd get that tattooed on me. And she was like, no you wouldn't. And here we are. God, at least 4 years later. And he's still here. He's permanent. He's not coming off. I've even told people, I was like, everything that I have on this arm, I'd be willing to get covered up, except for this guy. I would cover up Michael, I'd cover up my little Oogie Boogie, I'd cover up why can't I figure it out? It's like looking in a mirror. I'd cover up my little ghosty, you know. I'd get my dinos, I'd get this covered. The only thing I'm not willing to cover is my little guy. Also, everybody thinks it's Karibo from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I have to be like, it's not. And they're like, it is. And I'm like, no, my friend just doodled this. And she just doodled it one day. Somebody told me it looks like the chicken nuggets from, like, vintage fucking McDonald's ads. Or something like that. And I was like, that's a new one. And they were like, that's what it has to be. And I was like, no, she's younger than me. And I didn't know about those, so she's not going to think of that.
Welcome, Melamo Bernie.
It wasn't you, Bernie. Pondo said your name wrong. Are you going to get mad at him now, too? But he's just a little guy. I'm sorry. Deputy, what was your thought process when doodling this little guy? Do you remember? Or were you just kind of like, what a little guy? I don't know if you remember. Fluffy little guy, I don't know. Yeah, you made it so long ago. I don't remember. I wonder if we can find it in the Discord when you made it. Because I know I've had it for... Let me go to my Instagram. Because I posted about it when I got it. How long have I had this dude for? Since August 25 of 2020. August 25th of 2020. So yeah, I've had him for 4 years. I wonder if we could find the original post in the Discord, but I can't remember. Okay, where were we? Jersey Devil. He's just kind of a guy. I do want to make him though because I think he's funny looking and he's cute and I do like him.
Z.
Bernie, I don't remember if I already showed you these. I don't know if there's anything in here that you particularly would like that I need to- Oh! This one. Be nice to Pondo! My god! He's just a dog. Anyway, look. They took his sheep. Deputy said that he should have come with a little sheep, pattern. And he doesn't. But, you know. I think that's the only one in here that you'd be particularly interested in. Because I know I've already shown this to you. I think. There's a kappa. Hondo doesn't know any better. He's a robot. They've got a kaiju. Gojira. I don't think there's anything else in here that you particularly like. But you get to see everything else. Oh, the Chimera was really cool. Anyways, welcome in, Bernie. Relax. Okay. Jersey Devil. What's after the Jersey Devil? My phone is... What up, baby? Oh. I'm being atted. Ten 26/2019. I think that's the original file. I think I made you send me that. And because I don't think you sent the, I think I made you snip that and send me that. Yeah, because you were streaming it on Discord. And I think I just made you snip the image and send it to me because I was like, I'd get that tattooed on me. Anyway, here is the original drawing. And here's... Where's my arm? Other way. You know, so... Little guy! Yeah. I think he just drew the sketch because I sent it to him and I was like, I want exactly this. And so he just did that. Because I was like, my friend drew it. Mischief Makers! There's a Lamau. First one on here is Medusa. This is- my sister wants this. My sister wants this. And I was like, I think I'd rather die. Because I don't know if you can tell, there are safety eyes on each of these little snakes. And I'm like, I think I would rather die. And look at the back of it. Look at the back of the fucking head. I'm like, absolutely not. And she was like, I'll pay you $100 for that. And I went, no. No. I don't have the sewing skills for this shit. But yeah, there's... Like, she's very cool to look at. But I think this is so above my skill set. You have to make 9 snakes. Which is insane. And I'm like, no thank you. I'll pass. Fairy. Which is, it's just a fairy. Oh! I also want to make this guy. It's Krampus! Look at him! You can't see him because he's like all black, but look at him! He's just a guy! He's so cute. She made him so cute. I don't think there's another page here, no. Yeah, so this is the only picture of him. He kind of just looks like the Jersey Devil, but he's so cute. He's got his little tongue out and everything. Oh, I love him. He's so cute. So cute. I love him. What was I going to say? I think that's it. He's just really cute and I love him, and he's Krampus, and look at him. We got a kitsune in here, which is really interesting. Just a little fox with a bunch of tails. How many tails does it make you make? Make as many as you'd like. Okay. So, as many as I want. Up to 9. Between 2 and 9 is what it says. So, as many as I would like, and as many as I would like to sew on. Hypothetically, if I made it orange and gave him a funny little raccoon mask, I could make, Kurama. I don't think Tails the Fox is a kitsune because I think it's specific. Well, because he doesn't have... What, Tails the Fox does he have any special abilities? But they get the tails. It says they grow, as they age and grow wiser, they not only grow more powerful, but they grow additional tails. It can take them up to 100 years to grow just one tail. So if you ever run into a 9-tailed fox, it may be best to just turn the other way. He has 2. No, he just flies. So I don't think he counts as a kitsune. I think he's just a freak. He's just a freak. Hypothetically, this could be used to make, like, tails. If I just made him yellow. But I think he looks too animalistic and not Sonic enough. He has a PhD in engineering. Why? What's happening in the Sonic fandom? In the Sonic lore? The next one is Bernie. This is Bernie. You can't see it, but I'm smiling. This one's Bernie. I'm waiting for a response. That's me, yeah. It's a goblin. It's a Bernie. This is Bernie. I'm not just being mean. I'm being a little bit mean. But, Bernie has a goblin deck on Magic the Gathering. Magic Arena, whatever the hell it is. Bernie likes goblins. I'm not just being mean. I'm being a little mean. But also Bernie likes goblins. Don't report me for bullying. Anyway, this is Bernie. You have 2 goblin decks? Goblin these nuts and goblin more nuts. Okay. This is supposed to be the boogeyman, just so y'all know. I know you can see it here, but I really need to emphasize that this is supposed to be a boogeyman. He's just like a ball with legs and arms. He's not like... I kind of want to make him just because he's funny looking. But he's just a ball with legs and arms. The more nuts is for the deck that has like 80 cards. They got Frankenstein's monster. He's just a little guy. Why is it that, like, I can't seem to fix the lighting? I don't know what's better. Oh well. I feel like I should probably give, like, my webcam a wipe down. Well, we're gonna do that. Give me 2 seconds. Where's my... Okay. I may have to mess with the, positioning of the webcam now, but... I feel like cleaning it might have helped something. I don't know. Anyway. Frankenstein's monster. He is green. Something, I don't know what it is about the white balance on the camera, but it keeps showing up the green as like a light tan. But he's green. It's also making me look lighter than I am. Like I'm pretty pale right now, but I'm darker than that. I'm not white. There's some melanin in there. Where's my melanin? My camera is whitewashing me, y'all. What do I do about this? Blue raspberry. There is what? Yes, there's melanin. I have no way to prove it to you because the white balance of my camera told me no. But this is supposed to be green. That's the only way that I can, like... It's supposed to be green. Anyway. Because, yeah, my tattoo also looks really... gross. Like, when does it look like that? I don't know. It looks dry, and it's not. It shouldn't be, anyway. I'll put my phone down to hold my place in the book. See, I've got some lotion. Like the tiniest bit of lotion. Does this do anything to help with my tattoo looking dry? No. It still looks dry. There's something wrong with the webcam. Rub this in now. I don't know how else to prove it to you. Like, even Monty's not the right color. Like, he's much greener than that. He's a more vibrant green. I don't know.
Welcome,
Queen.
Mickle0721.
Hello, Mickle0721. See, Pondo's pronouncing everybody's name wrong, so you shouldn't, you know, be upset about it. Queen. Anyway, he's supposed to be green, but he's not green. Pondo moment. Oh, Michael, you missed... What is something that Michael liked? Do you like the goblin? Look, there's a goblin. Pandomant. Wonderful little goblin. The Greys, so they got these aliens. It's an alien, I don't know. They're very cute. You can also make it in like... I think if I made it, that's what Michael looks like. The alien? Which one? The green one or the gray one? This one's also green, but you can't fucking see it. I think if I made these in like glow-in-the-dark yarn, that'd be really cool. The green one? Yeah. They've got Sci-Fi Robot. Which just looks like that. I don't know. So, Sci-Fi Robot. And then they've got Winged Beasts, which I think this area is going to have a lot of people's favorite creatures in here. It is Torchic. Anyway. There's a dragon. Look at him! He's so cute. He's so cute. His hands are together because he's polite. There's a griffin. Look at him! He's so cute! Oh, thank you, Bernie. Nightbot. Nightbot. Nightbot, do your job. I need to get a better shout-out command. I'm not good at that, though. So, you know. Just go check them out. There you go. Flushed emoji. Thank you, Bernie. I have Yeah, you did it too fast. I feel like... Yeah, Griffin. Wouldn't be the... Okay.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hellhound.
Okay. He doesn't even pronounce I'm right. He said im. Griffin. I love the Griffin. I want to make the Griffin. He's so cute. Look at his tiny little... This part looks like the no speak to me Angie. You don't have to apologize. Hellhound's a bot. You don't have to worry about it. So the Torchic is supposed to be a phoenix. This is supposed to be a phoenix. I feel like it looks really dark. I don't... Anyway. So yeah, this is supposed to be a phoenix. Dude, do you see the color changing before your very eyes? What's going on there? So now it's orange, and then now it's like brown. What's going on? Anyway, this is supposed to be a... What? Camera. Supposed to be a phoenix. If I could... Look at him. Look at him. The next one is a harpy, which I don't know. Why is it doing that? Dude, webcams be like, does whatever they want. I'm not crazy. I'm not... Are you seeing this? Are the colors changing? Can somebody validate my feelings? Why is it doing that? I'm not crazy. Somebody please tell me that I'm not crazy.
Welcome, darling Rosie.
Thank you for the follow, darling Rosie. You've come into me losing my mind over my webcam. It's fucking up the colors, and then now it's doing it like... What is going on? Okay, anyway, this is a harpy.
Welcome, darling Rosie.
I validate your feelings all the time. Okay. Yeah, it's the saturation of it is changing. Anyway, we're on to one of the most important things. Something about it. The one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And look at him! Browning agreed with me about the Secretariat thing. I'm not fucking crazy. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Look at him! I can't be the only person excited about this. Michael, look. Look. Look at him. He's very cute. I love him. This was an important part of my childhood for some reason, and I don't know why. And then there's a gargoyle. Which is just the dragon, but gray and without horns. And I think its wings are a little different. Hold on, let's find out. I think the wings are different. I think the wings are different. Oh, he does have horns. They're just in a different area. Where's the, like, photo of the dragon from the back? They don't have one. Ugh. Is the tail different? I think the wings are different. I really don't know. It's almost the same as the dragon, but it's gray. And then that's the end of the book. Lots of cool things. The main one, wow, I'm crazy. The main one we're gonna be making today, though, is Slendy Man. I want to make Slendy Man. Because I have all the stuff for him.
Sporefist rated you.
Thank you for the
Welcome,
raid,
Sporefist.
Sporefist. How was your stream? Oi, we're doing a crochet stream today. I'm still messing with my lighting. Michael. We just finished going through my crochet book, and now we're going to start on Mr. Slendy Man. So I have to get my stuff for him. I also have to see... Can I set the book up here? Or is it not? No. Hubby the crochet? We're about to start, so we'll find out. I just finished going through the book. I mean, I've already been through the book, but I wanted to show y'all the book. I don't know if there is anything in particular that, like, stuck out to anybody. Besides the, Where is he? Oh, yeah, there's the Leshy. Besides the Cyclops. Bernie wants the Cyclops. Oh, there's an ad. Me? Oh, the goblin? The goblin. The goblin, otherwise known as Bernie. The Cyclops. And then we've got... I'm gonna make Slender Man. And then my other favorite in here... Mothman! Let me flip this back around. Honestly, that goblin just like me for real. Mothman. Oh, the werewolf. We're talking about making the werewolf at some point. The Minotaur is really cool. And then the Cyclops. What does a spider the size of a bird have to do with Slender Man? The Manticore is cool. Do a speed run of the book. Kraken. Mermaid. There's a Kelpie, but I skipped the picture on accident. A Gwendolyn, which is kind of like an underwater goblin. Kappa. Godzilla. Bigfoot. Gnome. He has extra appendages like a spider? Sure. Centaur. Chimera. The Chimera looks really cool, but I would want to die while making it. A Leshy. The Jersey Devil. Oops. I skipped one. I did not. I lied. There's, Medusa. A fairy. Krampus, which I love him. You can barely see him because he's like all black, but I love him. Kitsune. The Goblin. This is supposed to be the boogeyman. Frankenstein's monster. He is green. For some reason he's showing up like a weird tan color on the webcam. He should, I don't know. The Greys, otherwise known as Michael, apparently. Sci-fi robot. And then the winged beast, so we got a dragon. I love the dragon. I'm gonna make the dragon eventually. A griffin. I also love the griffin. This is supposed to be a phoenix, but it just kind of looks like Torchic. This is a harpy. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Very important to me. I love him. Can you make a request? There's a gargoyle. What is your request? And the gargoyle's the last one in the book. Oh, there's also Cthulhu. Okay, that's not a Blastoise. Chupacabra. Jackalope. I'm trying to get back to Slenderman. Yeah, it's supposed to be a phoenix, but it just looks like Torchic. I'm trying to find a way that I can put the book up so that I can see it without... But I don't think there is a way for me to do that. What if I put my Sonic Doink right there? Does that work? Well, then where will I put my yarn? So, first and foremost, we gotta make the head. So, this is my white yarn. It's a mess because it's at the end of its life, and I don't feel like rolling it into a ball. So, it's just going to stay looking like this. Over here. Monty's not gonna fall in the trash today. He's in my lap, safely. Shoe. Okay, is this 4mm crochet hook? No, he only fell in the trash once. And that's because I didn't feel him. Like, normally he's like behind me. Normally he's like back here. And so I didn't know that he fell out because there's a little hole. You can't see it. So this is the arm of my chair. There's a little hole through here. So he fell through the armrest. And so I didn't know he fell. But this time he's like in my lap and you can see him. He's important. He's an important part of the stream. Bernie! Look at my socks. Look at my socks. I got the FNAF. Anyway. And I got the FNAF shirt on. I was gonna wear my cloak merch, but I had to wash it. Okay. This is a 4mm crochet hook. I don't want to make him that small. Do I have a 5? Or even a 4.5? See, okay, I don't even have a 4mm crochet hook. This is my 5.5. Betty Fazbear. Where are my other hooks? Because I have some like wooden hooks that I can change the... I'm gonna take my black yarn out. That I can change the... Like... They look like this. And I can just interchange the hook size. But I don't know where my case for those are. I feel like a 5.5 will be too big of a jump. Cause I make my dinos with a 6. And they want a 4. But my dinos are made with bulky yarn. And this is just regular. Okay, hold on. We're going to... I have others. We're going to move my chair. Have Monty entertain you for a little bit while I find my hooks. Monty, say something funny. So, I have like baby's first crochet hooks. So this is my like original crochet hooks that I had before I got my other ones that are a bit softer. A bit bigger on the hands. So they're easier to use. And these ones don't even have a 4 either, but they got a 4.25, but they have a 5, which is what I was looking for. I could also use the 4.25, but I still feel like it'll be too schmaul. Yeah, this one doesn't even come with the 4. It has a 3.75. And it goes all the way up to 6.5 for whatever fucking reason, but this one also doesn't come with a 5.5. It comes with a 5.25, which is like strange. But so this size compared to this is my 5.5. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's smaller. And so I think I'd rather use just the regular 5 because it's a bit bigger. I don't even have a 4. For one, I don't even have a 4. I'm very confused. Okay, this is an I. This one says it's I, but it's 5.25, so that makes no sense. Whatever. We're gonna use this guy here to make Mr. Sunday Man. This is just tapestry thread. Awesome. Okay, also, what should we watch on YouTube? Because I just had this going so that I wasn't, like, I don't know why I even paused it. So that, you know, I wasn't just talking in silence. What should we watch? I want to watch Growing Up Creepy. But I feel like, that is not a first time crocheting a man thing. Because I have to look at this and then my screen's like it's not the screen that's like closest to me, it's the screen that's like over here. And so somebody come up, what should we watch? What can we watch? What can we react to? What are we allowed to do on twitch.tv? Because fuck if I know. You know? I know we could always watch, like, Cowboy Kent Rollins. I don't know. I don't want to, like... Oh, wait. If I hit this, will it stay popped up? No! Okay. What can we watch? I don't really have anything on my thingy-mabobber. We could watch Cowboy Kent Rollins. He's a cowboy. Progression series? What is progressions? What is the progression series? What is that? Oh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Man, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In so long. That's funny. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, I was looking up. Yeah, but we didn't like play. We didn't like play it. We played 2 rounds. Three rounds. Let's see. His top 5 appetizers is only 17 minutes long. Is there like... I don't know what else. I don't know. I don't know what I'm allowed to react to on here. Playing you get from the very first set and slowly opening more sets in chronological order. What? Why is Monty upside down? That sounds crazy, actually. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to do this stream stuff. I don't know how to be a streamer that reacts to videos. Progressing to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's kind of cool. I feel like I'd get distracted. I feel like that's something I'd want to, like, pay attention to. Because, like, I have, uh, hold on. Whoosh. I have, uh, so for instance, this was a TV show that I really liked as a kid. And they have all 26 episodes on here. And I thought about watching this. And it's for free on YouTube. It's just uploaded to this Kabillion channel. But I don't know if that'd get me banned. Um, I don't know if I'd get copyright striked for that. There's also, I thought about The Most Extreme. Like, do any of y'all remember that Animal Planet show, The Most Extreme? I thought about watching that on here. Yeah, I think I'd get distracted and I want to pay attention to it. The Most Extreme, yeah, you remember Animal Planet's The Most Extreme? There's a playlist. Oh shit, it's now to be able to be buyed. Buyed? No. Bought? No, this is not the same thing. They have a full play. I'm just worried that I'd get like hella banned. uh, Most Extreme. Why are there so many different videos for it? Should we risk it for the biscuit? Or should we not? McDonald's gave you 2 sodas? That's not fair. Two? Hmm. See, I really don't know because I've seen people like there's a partnered streamer I watch, and sometimes in between DVD matches because it takes so long to load in DVD matches, he'll just put on like fucking National Geographic shit from YouTube. And I'm like, is that allowed? I don't know if that's allowed. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. We could also, I don't know. I'm gonna say we could also do like creepypasta themed stuff because I'm making Slendy Man, like watch like a Slendy Man thing. But um that might be too spooky. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's almost poppy time. So we have time because I don't want to start this and then leave in the middle of it to go do poppy time. Um Excuse me. But so we have time to think about this. What we'll do while we think about this. I'm gonna put the lo-fi back on. Where's put the lo-fi back on while we think. I don't want the chat here, but wait. It might be cool, however I do have work at 7 a.m. tomorrow and I would like to sleep throughout the night, yeah. Um Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I thought I'd have this planned out by now. And I was wrong. I was very wrong. I don't know what will get me banned. Maybe I should Google it. So the most extreme from Animal Planet first aired in 2002. So it probably isn't free use. Or public domain. But the last time it aired was 2007. It's all been archived from Animal Planet. So I don't know. And it's not available anywhere. Like, you can't watch it, like, anywhere. As far as I know. Besides YouTube. My VODs already don't auto-post because of music that I was lied to about. So, I could be safe. Because I think I only get copyright striked if the VOD is up. And I could just always not post this VOD. Okay, I'm going to think about it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna give Poppy his medicine. So we're gonna go to Burb. Pando. We're gonna go to Burb. And I'm gonna give Poppy his medicine. And we're gonna deliberate on it some more.
can drown in the lies that you keep around. This house is not a home when you sold the only name you own. 'Cause when you live a lie, you will fail. Give up before you try. Live it up 'cause you'll do what you want. Real truth, I'm not as scared as you are. Every day you try to take a piece of me, but you won't break me. Sounds like I'm better off dead, with too many things unsaid. When nothing's gonna stop me now. Not another day will dawn for those who do not hold on. When nothing's gonna stop me now. I've come to my senses around now. Pick myself back up and you bring me back down. To find that I'm right where I started. Now I'm leaving myself behind, only a little at a time. Drowning in a sea of faithless. Just give me patience. Live it up 'cause you do what you want. Real truth, I'm not as scared as you are. Every day you try to take a piece of me, but you won't break me. Sounds like I'm better off dead, with too many things unsaid. When nothing's gonna stop me now. Not another day will dawn for those who do not hold on. When nothing's gonna stop me now. Every day ends to begin. Take a deep breath and let's start again. Every day ends to begin. Take a deep breath and let's start again. Every day ends to begin. Take a deep breath and let's start again. Sounds like I'm better off dead, with too many things unsaid.
I am back from Bobby time. I tried to run a poll, but I didn't make it long enough, so you know. Yeah, the poll had no votes. Hold on. Let me restart that. Cause I didn't make it nearly long enough. I forgot. I don't often make polls, so we're gonna try one more time. Okay, hold on. Thank you. We're just gonna run it again. Um,
On October 31st, 1959, life in the little town changed permanently.
we'll do 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That way there's some time. So we do the poll. And just figure out what to watch. I don't, because I really don't know. Gonna take a sip of my coffee. Excuse me. I tried to see if there were any videos that like just talked about like the origins of Slender Man and stuff, but they were only like 10 minutes long, and I was like, oh, that's not anything. Besides like a documentary about the stabbing that happened like back in 2012, and I was like, I don't know about that one. So, because I'm really not into scary stories either. I'm a big baby. So I just want to see if we could find like the lore, the explanation and everything. Because Slender Man became like a bit of an urban legend, and people thought he was real, but he was actually just like some guy did a scary story contest and made him and won, but he just became so popular that people thought it was like an urban legend real fucking thing, and he's not. He's just Slender Man. He's never been real. Okay. I guess we're watching the most extreme. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try it. Thank you, Jack Skellington. I don't know which playlist is the best one because some of them they're all by like different, they're all uploaded by different people. This one shows up first. So let's try this one. It's got one video hidden. What does it start with? What's the first episode of Animal Planet's The Most Extreme? So this one says all seasons. Does it start with jumpers? Why does... Oh, it says 2002. That is at 2022. And I was like, excuse me? The first episode is Speed. Why is it down here? Speed, and then Births, and then Cheats. So what are Jumpers and Gluttons doing here? Up at the top. Now we're gonna do some. So that's episode 5 and 6. That one's not even in order. See, this upsets me. What about this one? This one also start with jumpers? Jumpers and Gluttons and then Speed. I don't understand that. Excuse me. That one starts with Inventors. Weird. Okay. I don't think it really matters. So we'll try. Episodes are in order of air date, except they're not because you got this one fucked up. Anyway, we'll try it. We'll see what happens.
Some people love getting high. But how do they
Okay.
measure
Hold on. Can I make this any higher? No.
to the best jumpers in the
Crunchy!
world?
Let me turn it up a little bit, because the lo-fi was really loud.
Find out as our top 10 countdown of the most extreme jumpers on the planet.
Is the sound
takes
okay?
us to surprising new heights. It's easy to keep one jump ahead of the field when leaping's taken to its most extreme.
Can you see it okay?
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places.
Okay. We might as
and
well try it.
extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
According to Wikipedia, it's Jumpers, Gluttons, then Speed, airing July 7th, 7th, and 14th. Weird. Okay, awesome.
Leaping straight into the countdown at number 10 are animals born to be jumpers. Rabbits and hares can't walk. They can't trot. They have to jump. All the time. They kick off the countdown
Monty
because
is in my
those
way.
big back legs are incredibly powerful. Watching a
What a
bunny
stance.
hop gently in a field, you'd never guess the extreme distance it can leap. You have to see them sprinting to discover how far they can jump in a single bound.
I'm assuming this is all done with single crochet.
The rabbit's back legs are like coiled springs. They
I
power
don't
the
like
leap that
using
can
this
carry
crochet
the
hook.
rabbit
Oh my
10
God.
times its body length. That's a jump of nearly 6 meters. Compare that to the distance Olympic athletes can jump.
Oh my goodness. Hold on,
If you
guys.
could leap like a rabbit,
We have a visitor. Do you want free poppy time? Puppy. Free poppy cam? Puppy. Come here. He does not want to. Hold on. Let me see if I can get Poppy to come here. For free, yeah, for free. Free poppy cam. Come here. Come here, baby. No? What if I don't give you a choice? You don't gotta be scared, baby. Come here. I just want to show everybody you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Call the police. You can see his little legs. Oh. Hold on. Free poppy cam for about 2 seconds because he is not happy. Look at him. You're okay. He doesn't like being at my desk. Free poppy cam. Okay. You're fine. He doesn't. You are okay. You're such a baby. You're such a baby. You're such a baby. Thank you. Oh, you're showing everybody your stuff. Don't do that. Not for free. Oh, Poppy. It's okay, you big baby. It's just a desk. It's just a desk. It's just a desk. You good boy. Thank you. He's a baby. This is my old man, Poppy. He is, almost 11. So this is my nightly 9 p.m. interruption to give medicine to. I don't know if you can hear him crying, but he is. He does not like being at my desk. Goodbye. Go bed. Now you can go bed and I won't bother you. I'm sorry. He's gonna leave. He's not happy. That is my little creature. otherwise known as Poppy. He is the real life hellhound of my life.
You jump twice as far as any human in history, more than 18 meters. Our leg muscles are about the same strength as a rabbit's. So how
They
can
are?
they jump so much further than us? Well, it all
Their
comes
bodies
down
are
to
much
body
smaller.
weight. The heavier you are, the harder it is for those muscles to push you off the ground. That's why lightweight bunnies are such extreme jumpers. But which bunny is the best of the best? Well, to find out, these people are attending a most unusual race meeting. Competitors have traveled here from all around Sweden and are highly trained athletes. These pampered pets are here to compete at the Konenhop, the Scandinavian sport of rabbit jumping.
Oh my goodness. I don't like working with this hook.
To find the next contender in our countdown, biologists Dave Ryherd and Paul Hahn have hopped down to Little Mexico
this is
in Los
so
Angeles.
tiny.
For hiding somewhere in these market stalls is the most unusual animal in the countdown.
Is it the
Our
jumping
number
bean?
9 is truly extreme because these guys first have to find a plant. Well, a bean actually, but no ordinary bean. These are Mexican jumping beans.
Mexican jumping
But
beans.
surely jumping beans are just a joke. A novelty you only see in old comedies.
It's gonna be really hard for you guys
But
to see
do
what I'm
Mexican
doing because I'm
jumping
working so
beans
small.
really jump?
Ah! Look at him go. It didn't take long. Look at that. That one's really
Wow,
gone.
that big one.
I know a secret
these
about
beans,
these,
jumping is
but they
no
may be
joke.
telling you
It's a matter
what
of
the secret is
survival.
anyway.
But how do they do it? What makes a bean jump? To find out, you need to take a look inside at the most unusual jumping device in the world. It's a caterpillar.
It's a caterpillar! Dude, they're
Welcome to the
bugs.
world.
These are larvae of little bugs, and what they do is they crawl around inside of the fruit of the bean and they eat it, and that sustains them until the springtime when they hatch out.
And it's this caterpillar that makes the bean jump because it hates getting hot. It'll throw itself around inside the shell to get the bean on the move. The Mexican jumping caterpillar is just trying to get its house back in the shade. For a bug in a bean, this is a pretty extreme jumping ability. But our countdown of the most extreme jumping animals on the planet is just warming up. Forget about bouncing bugs and hopping hares. Coming up are creatures that'll get you screaming for more, while others will get you hopping mad, or even diving
No,
for
the
cover.
bean's not the animal. The caterpillar
That's coming
inside
up
it is
next
the
on
animal.
The most extreme. How'd you like to live on the highest mountains in the world?
I wouldn't.
It's a land of ice and precipice. And it's home sweet home for the Tibetan Baral, a
What is
mountain
that?
sheep that lives life on the edge.
Whoa. Life on the edge.
Baral are number 8 in our countdown because they're extraordinary rock hoppers. They have to be.
Dude, man,
When
these
you live
2002
above
graphics
4,000
go
meters in
hard.
these mountains, One slip can be fatal.
Holy shit, holy shit. Oh, he was fine.
Male
And then
Burrell
what?
are extremely confident in their jumping ability. In fact, once their testosterone starts pumping, they show off by trying to knock each other off the cliff.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. Need a man that's willing to knock another man off a cliff for me.
Burrell may be happy bouncing off rocks, but most humans try to hang on for dear life. We use ropes, crampons, anything to get a grip on the cliff. But not the Burrell. All their climbing equipment is packed into their feet.
Me when all my climbing equipment is packed
Those
into my
hooves
feet.
are rubbery to increase their gripping potential, and they're flexible. They can spread their toes out to grasp the ground, and to act as brakes when sliding down an icy slope. And since human mountaineers can't tiptoe down the rocks like Burrell, they've had to come up with a different way of getting down the mountain. It's a little extreme, but a lot faster.
Did he just jump? There he goes.
This is the extreme sport of base jumping. You find a cliff and you jump off. Kids, don't try this at home.
I
But
wasn't
of
planning
course,
on it.
this is home for Burrell kids. And these kids don't have a parachute if they fall.
Oh, he's so
These
cute.
impossibly high cliffs are a dangerous place to grow up. In fact, only
Please
half the
do
kids
not
born
show
each
me.
year will celebrate their first birthday.
That's crazy. Please do not show me a baby goat dying. Oi. My wrist hurts.
Those sure-footed babies that
Instructions
survive really
unclear
are extreme
jumping.
jumpers. In fact, sometimes they seem to take as much pleasure in leaping down the mountain as any adrenaline junkie with a parachute.
I don't like working with this crochet hook. It's hurting my wrist a lot because it's really small. Is that you, Bernie? Dude, look at you go.
From mad mountaineers, bouncing beans, and racing rabbits, we've bounded through 3 animals in our countdown. But coming up is a whole army of extreme jumpers. These are the hoppers from hell, and they're next on The Most Extreme.
What am I about to see?
Number 7 in our extreme
Are
countdown.
those
may be
grasshoppers?
small, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in sheer numbers.
This is really funny seeing in 480p because they're just a bunch of like dark brown pixels.
These are locusts.
Oh, they're locusts.
It's a
Dude.
good old-fashioned biblical plague of horrible hoppers.
Are locusts not grasshoppers? Or are they just related to each other?
Locusts are a kind of grasshopper.
Oh,
and
thank
they can
you.
really hop over a lot of grass.
Dude.
The locust's huge hind legs can kick them over 1 meter.
I appreciate Old
Or
Animal
20
Planet for
times
being
their
able to
body
answer my questions as I ask them.
Imagine if a basketball player could jump like a locust. How'd you like to be able to jump 90 meters for the ultimate slam dunk?
90 meters.
Basketball players would kill to have legs like a locust. That's because in addition to the massive muscles in its thighs, the locust has elastic bands in its knees.
So what's the difference
These
between a
bands are
locust
like
and a
stretchy
grasshopper?
springs
Is there a
that store
difference?
energy.
Welcome, Paprika.
They work a bit like
Hi,
our
Paprika.
tendons, which store enough energy to let us snap our
I'm
fingers.
googling what the difference between a locust and a grasshopper is.
When you
Easy,
push
easy.
your thumb against your finger, the tendons of the muscles are stretching, storing more and more energy until... That rapid finger movement has mostly been powered from energy stored in the springy tendons. And that's how the locust's springy
There is no
knees power those
taxonomic distinction
magnificent
between
jumps.
them. It just is because they form worms, I guess?
But believe it or not, grasshoppers can also have trouble scoring. When you're in long grass,
Huh?
it can be hard to see a prospective partner, no matter how high you hop. That's why
Okay.
grasshoppers have another
Hi,
string
Paprika, though.
to
We're
their
watching
bow
the most
leg.
extreme while I make a Slendy Man. Oh, I should change my thingy to say that.
Males make music with those bulging thighs.
Bulging thighs. Me too.
Males advertise how strong and sexy they are by rubbing those long jumping legs against their body. Their inner thighs are lined
Excuse
with a row
me?
of pegs that lets them
Keep this man
straight
away
back
from
their high-pitched love
grasshoppers,
song.
bro!
And the better the music, the luckier the male.
Hold on, let me move my Sonic drink so I can show you my book. I have this book that's got all these guys in it. And we're making Slender Man. Slender Man.
At number 6 in the countdown is an animal the Western world only
Slender
discovered
Man.
when European explorers first
Very
arrived
cute.
in Australia.
They have
According to legend, when they
Moa's
first set
character's
foot on this
cousin
bizarre
in
new
here.
land, they saw
Where
a
is it?
strange animal hopping about. So they asked a local
Leshy.
Aboriginal what it was called. The Aboriginal said, kangaroo.
They also have Mothman
Unfortunately,
in
in
here.
Aboriginal,
They've got a lot
kangaroo
of
doesn't
cute
mean
guys,
large
but we're
jumping
focused on
animal,
Slendy Man.
but translates as, I don't understand your question. So now,
Oh my
Australia's home to
God.
more than 60 species of, I don't understand your questions.
That's excellent.
But no matter what they're called,
That's like terrible, but
kangaroos are
excellent.
extreme athletes.
Y'all have to see my Sonic drink, I'm sorry. There's no other way for me to keep my book up.
It's not just the fact that they're incredible jumpers. They're also extremely fast.
Okay, 1, 2.
A sprinting kangaroo would clean up at the Olympics. It travels twice the speed of the world's fastest sprinters. That means it would win the Olympic 100-meter sprint in a time of 4 seconds. And then
Holy
over
shit.
in the long jump pit, every 9-meter bounce would win an Olympic gold medal. But the really amazing thing about these extreme athletes
My yarn's a mess.
is that the
We're not gonna
faster
talk
a
about it.
kangaroo travels, the less energy it
What was I
uses.
doing? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6.
When we want to run faster, we have to increase the number of strides we take each second. All this extra effort means we burn much more energy sprinting than walking. But kangaroos are different. To go faster, a kangaroo doesn't take more steps. It simply increases the length of its jump.
Welcome, Sleep Your Toad.
And the further the kangaroo jumps,
Hi, Toad.
the
It's
more
not a blanket,
energy
it's
it's
Sunday
able to
Man.
store in the massive tendons of its legs and tail. In fact, it's so good at storing jumping energy that it's actually
I'm not gonna
easier
make
for a
your birthday
kangaroo to
present
run
on stream.
than to
That's
walk.
strange. Your birthday present that you'll receive next
But
year.
some people have made use of a different method of storing energy for a high jump.
For a second. No, absolutely not.
In the frozen lands of the Arctic, hunters had a problem. The
You want
sea
to pick
ice was
something
so
out of this book
flat
I can make
that
you?
It was really hard to get high enough to be able to see things in the distance. Their solution was to get 50 friends and a really big blanket.
Oh.
The blanket toss is now a favorite event in the Eskimo Indian Olympics. Judges
Look
award
at 'em
points
go!
according to grace, height, and smoothness of landing.
Oh, dude, I'd hurt myself so quickly.
But once, this wasn't just a sport. It was an old hunting technique to give the added elevation needed to spot prey far across the sea
Drill for
ice.
tomorrow at 7, so we'll be going to bed early tonight. Okay, Spore. Well, thank you for
We
stopping
use a
by.
similar jumping device
I appreciate it.
today,
Thank you for the
but
raid.
not
You
to
have a
spot
good
whales.
rest of your night.
And instead of a blanket,
I
we
will
use
enjoy
an
the
invention
Animal
that was
Planet.
inspired by a very different kind of festival. In Iowa back in 1930, 11-year-old George Nissen loved watching circus trapeze artists bounce into the safety nets. It started him thinking. Over the next few years, he developed the idea of stretching canvas between springs. But he still didn't know what to call his invention until he traveled to Mexico. He loved the sound of the Spanish word for diving board, and that's how we got El Trampoline. Unfortunately, no amount of canvas and springs can match the power and the amazing legs of the kangaroo. But coming up next on the countdown is a kangaroo copycat.
Is it a wallaby?
What animal jumps like a kangaroo, looks like a rat, and stayed one jump ahead of the German army in World War II?
Oh, is it that fucking mouse from Dune?
Find out next on The Most Extreme.
Dude. Why isn't this becoming a circle?
We're halfway through the countdown, and our search for the 5th most extreme jumping animal on the planet has taken us to the heart of Mongolia and the Gobi Desert.
It is! It's that
The
fucking
kangaroos
mouse
of
from Dune!
Australia are half a world away. Or are they? This is a kangaroo.
It's the Dune
Well,
mouse!
it's actually a kangaroo rat. A rodent that uses those long back legs just like a kangaroo. But the kangaroo rat takes hopping to new extremes.
Look
Because
at
a
him
single
go!
bound can carry it over 4 meters. That's an incredible 45 times its body length. Imagine if a tall football player could jump that far.
No, thank you.
It's hard to defend against a player that could leap from end zone to end zone. Such extreme jumping hasn't gone unnoticed. In fact, these desert athletes once caught the eye of an army. In World War II, a division
fucking,
of the British Army was
Muad'Dib.
proud to be called the Desert Rats.
That's what it's called. Moody. Wow, what the fuck?
This is the story of Tobruk and the men who made up its garrison, of the fight they made against the pick of the Africa Corps, and of the nickname they bore with pride.
No, Lisan Al Gaib is specifically what's his face.
The nickname
This
came from
is
German
Muad'Dib, which is the
propaganda that
mouse.
called the soldiers rats, hiding in holes in the desert. It didn't take long for the division to adopt the kangaroo rat as their mascot.
Dude, they're Lisan Al Gaib.
As the desert rats continued fighting, they took with them their mascot, the kangaroo rat, painted on the sides of their vehicles.
Oops, I dropped it.
The kangaroo rat may have been popular with the troops.
Oh
in
my
World
god,
War
look at
II,
him.
But coming in at number 4 in the countdown as an animal that would be a star on any stage in the world.
The song's a banger. My back hurts.
Ballet dancers are the most graceful professional jumpers in the world. They train for years
This isn't an
to
animal.
stand on the very
Those are just
tips
white
of their
women.
toes. But our next animal in the countdown has been jumping on tiptoe for millions of years.
Ooh,
This is
can
a
I
clip
figure out how to...
the
Oh, what?
ballerina of the rocks.
Oh my god, we have
This
those at our
dainty little
zoo.
antelope lives high on rocky outcrops that jut up from the plains of Africa.
I want to go to the zoo.
Early Dutch settlers named
Someone go
them
to the zoo
klipspringer.
with me.
It literally means rock jumper, and it's easy to see how they got their name.
Zowie.
Their extreme jumping ability is also useful to keep out of the clutches of Honolulu zookeeper Greg Hamilton.
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't go to the zoo with me? Hell yeah. We just
Like
got a
any
new
ballerina,
expansion in
the
our
klipspringer
Asia area,
dances
and so now
lightly
we've
on
got
the
some
tips of its
cool new
amazing
tigers.
toes.
And we
In the
have
middle
a
of
baby
this hoof, the
ocelot.
split hoof is a fleshy area that allows them to grip fairly readily to rock surfaces and allow them to maintain their positions on the rocks. Their ability to escape basically is to get into areas that are inaccessible to other animals. These guys can land on a shelf that is about the size of a quarter and stay there.
Who would
But
have a
what
shelf the
makes
size
these
of a
rock
quarter?
hoppers different from other mountain goats are their extreme leaps. The klipspringer may be tiny, but it can leap 15 times its own height. That's more than 7 meters. The best Olympic high jumpers can't clear even twice their height. But if they could jump like a klipspringer, they could leap from the shoulder of the
Holy
Statue
shit,
of
look at him
Liberty
go.
and
Holy
soar
shit,
more
look at
than
him
20
go.
meters right over the torch. It's no wonder that looking after such extreme leapers can be a bit of a challenge.
One day I came in here and spooked the male, Zulu, and he started doing laps around the exhibit, came through this area, bounced off of this rock right here, and was about at least 3 feet ahead, above my head. So I'm 6'3", so that was at least 9 to 10 feet in the air. And he sailed with perfect ease. It was really amazing to watch him.
I don't know if we
jump
have
to
any
that-
other
to
babies
that
at our
height.
zoo. I haven't checked recently. I have to check the Facebook. They usually post about it in the
We've never
newspaper,
rock
but
hopped
I
like
don't
a
read the
klipspringer.
newspaper because I'm not
But
old.
there is one invention that sure makes it fun to try. The pogo stick continues to entertain kids today, but its origins
I once
go
got a
back more
pogo
than
stick
100
as a
years.
kid, and I could never figure out how the
There
fuck
was
to
once
use
a
it.
poor
I
farmer
couldn't
in
stay
the country
balanced on it
formerly known as
for that
Burma.
long.
The farmer invented the prototype jumping stick to help his daughter dodge muddy puddles on the path to a temple. And the name of the farmer's daughter? Pogo.
Pogo?
Of course.
Why
Even though
isn't he's gonna
klipspringers
be
have 4
tiny.
built-in pogo sticks,
This
They're
is
still
like
only number
about as
4
wide
in
as
our
this head's
most
gonna be.
extreme
Like it's gonna be a little bit
countdown.
wider than this, but this man's gonna be tiny. I should
It
have used a
seems
bigger
incredible
crochet
that
hook than
anything
even
could
a
leap ahead
5,
of clip springers,
but it's too late
desert
now.
rats, or kangaroos. But coming in at number 3 in our countdown is an animal that can jump so far, it's frightening. That's coming up on the
My
most
god.
extreme.
Dude, I love the music for this. Holy shit, it's a jumping
If you're
spider.
frightened of spiders, just wait till you
He's like
see what these
neon
guys can
green.
do.
What the hell? Look at him go. Look at him go. See, I'm afraid of
Leaping in at
spiders, but
number
jumping spiders
3
are
in the
fine.
countdown are the jumping spiders. These guys are the lions of the spider world. They have exceptional eyesight, which means they can spot their lunch from a long way off.
A lot of people keep these
Then,
as pets.
like a big cat, they'll slowly sneak up on their prey and pounce. And what a pounce it can be! The jumping spider can really jump. Those 8 legs can push it almost 2 meters. That's 100 times its body length. A human athlete who could jump
Oh, I
100
got
times his body
distracted.
length might as well be flying. It would be like leaping clear over 2 jumbo jets, nearly 150
Okay, hold
meters. You'd think that to jump such enormous distances, the spider's legs would be amazing. They'd have to have bulging thighs packed with muscles. That's
Why
what
does he
human
speak the
jumpers
way
need.
he does?
That's because human jumpers need well-developed thighs and firm butts to get their bodies up into the air and to absorb the shock of the landing. But you don't need a firm butt to look for jumping spiders.
Okay.
You just need good eyesight. Luckily, Canterbury Museum spider expert Simon Pollard has a good set of glasses, a firm butt, and an excellent understanding of how
I'm
spiders
sorry?
and humans move.
I thought you didn't need
The
a
way that
firm
we
butt.
use our muscles is we tend to have 2 pairs. We have muscles that do this, and we have muscles that do that. But in the case of spiders, they have muscles that do this, but they rely on fluid under pressure to push the muscles out and the leg out. And so when it comes to jumping,
He just
what
said
these
we don't need a
spiders do
firm
is they
butt, and then
increase
said
the
that this
pressure
guy
of
had
fluid
one.
in the back legs, making them go straight, and because they're so small, they can jump from A to B, and they can do it very, very well. Being able to go from one leaf to another to catch prey, which of course is what spiders do, they catch things, and a lot of what they catch can fly away. And so by being able to jump across this space, it's effectively like flying, and then they can catch a flying insect that could, if it detected the spider, fly away.
The best part about being a jumping spider is that it doesn't matter if you miss your landing zone. These guys spin their own safety harness out of silk.
Oh, my nose itches.
But it's not just spiders that use a safety line when making death-defying leaps. On the Pacific islands of Vanuatu, young men have been making huge leaps of faith. These guys don't
Holy
use
shit.
silk safety lines. They leap with nothing but 2 slim tree vines tied around their ankles.
Ah!
The land divers of Vanuatu jump as part of the celebrations associated with the traditional festival of the yam harvest. It's a celebration that's caught on elsewhere, but not using tree vines.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Bungee jumping uses a latex rubber cord instead of tree vines or spider silk.
36.
But
Okay,
the
so now I
advantage
have to
spiders
do
have
this
over bungee jumpers
8
is that
more
once they've made their
times.
death-defying leap, they can eat their silk safety line.
Read.
But safety lines are not enough for our next contender in the countdown. There's one animal that jumps so high, it needs a parachute.
So now my phone is here because I have a counting app on my phone.
At
So now you
number
can see
2
what
in
row
our
I'm on.
countdown is an animal that lives in some truly
A
disgusting
pair of
places.
shoes? What? Oh, my back hurts. Probably from sitting the way I've been sitting. Can I pop it? I can. That felt great. Oh my god, it's a frog! Dude, what is Paws doing here?
Anyone who's taken a good look at a frog knows that its leaping ability lies in its long, long legs.
Holy shit, look at him go! Look at him go.
When scientists compared the power available in the frog's leg muscles to the distance they jumped, they discovered a frog can leap up to 7 times further than was thought physically possible.
Holy shit. 7?
So the scientists took a closer look at the frog's legs.
I stretch out my wrist a little bit. I don't normally use these crochet hooks. This one's really small
They
and I'm not
discovered a
used to
trigger
it.
mechanism that allows the muscles to stretch the tendons, store the energy, and release it in that explosive leap.
Oh wait, do I have... Wait a fucking second.
High in the forests of Southeast
feel like
Asia
I
lives
was
a tree
using-
frog with a difference.
A tree frog with a
It's
difference.
a frog with extra webbing between its
Or,
toes.
no, it's probably
So when it
somewhere
leaps
in
out
here,
of a tree,
actually.
it opens 4 little
Oof.
parachutes. These flying frogs
I'm
can
not
glide
going
more than
searching through that.
15 meters between trees. Imagine being able to jump
Well.
150 times your body length.
No thank you.
You'd be able to leap clear over the Titanic, a distance of nearly 300 meters. Then you really would be king of the world.
I love these stupid little animations.
But the Incredible Frog is still only number 2
The
in our
Incredible
most
Frog.
extreme countdown. We've seen 9 contenders. They're the best of the best. Only one animal has more extraordinary powers.
Is that like the flea? Or something?
It's
Or like a
number 1,
tick?
and it's coming up next on the most extreme.
I feel like it's a flea or tick.
Welcome, Dizzy and Anna.
Hi. Hi, Caesar. You're the flea? Did you have fun in
You don't
Colorado?
have to travel far to find the most extreme jumper on the planet. In fact, it's often too close for comfort.
Oh, are you
It can
talking about
spend
that
months
one
waiting patiently For
That one
entomologists
fucking
like Lou
animated
Kleinpaul,
TV
who
show
return
with like
home
the
from
luchador
holiday.
kids.
Vibrations on the floorboard signaled the time to leap into action.
Was that on Nick or was it on Cartoon
A leap
Network?
of 30 centimeters may be one small jump for a bug, but it's one giant leap for mankind. We're
Is it?
talking a leap that's 220 times your body length. With the superpowers of a flea, we'd be able to clear the Brooklyn Bridge. That's nearly 400 meters. But a flea can also jump more than 150 times its own height. That's like
'Cause I feel
jumping
like
over not one,
I kind of watched that show, but I
two
didn't watch it that
Statues of
much.
Liberty.
Wasn't really
More
something
than
I was interested in.
200 meters.
I'd rather be watching this.
So what makes fleas such extreme jumpers?
What does that mean,
Well, they
Caesar?
don't use muscle power like we do. Their legs act more like a catapult. You see, the flea stores its energy in a pad with resin. Now, that's one of the most elastic materials known on this planet. And it winds this pad up. And when it pulls the trigger, pow! It releases all this energy at once, and the flea jumps away.
You're still watching?
With such incredible
I got no
powers,
fucking clue. He
it's
already
no
yelled at
wonder
me
that
for not
people
making
are
his
prepared
blanket
to
on
pay to see
stream, which apparently he wants me to
performing
do, so... That's not interesting, though. And that has to be
Roll
done
up,
in my lap,
roll up to
so...
Maria Cardos's
I don't know how much I
traveling
want to
flea
stream
circus.
that. This I can do in front of me,
And
the
here are
blanket
the
I cannot.
stars. 300 highly trained fleas.
This is terrible.
Training begins by looping a tiny wire around the body, for no fleas are harmed for this performance. Once harnessed, the fleas are natural performers.
Just
They can be
screenshot it
trained
and send it
follow
to
the
him.
carbon dioxide breath of their trainers, jump towards the heat of a lamp, and even sway to the vibrations of the tango.
Cruel and
It's
unusual
lucky that
punishment.
fleas are used to traveling at enormous speeds.
Dude. They're shooting them out of fucking cannons.
And like performers the world over, at the end of the show, the fleas like to kick back, put their feet up, and have something to drink. Love them or hate them, you just can't help being impressed by the flea.
The most extreme, bro. They're the most extreme.
That's because when it comes to jumping, the flea really is
The most extreme.
the most extreme.
That's so funny.
Are you worried you
They
eat
have
too much?
all of it
Well,
on
grab another dessert, because you're no match
YouTube
for, the
for whatever
hungriest
reason.
animals on the planet.
Oh shit, this episode's about me.
We're counting down the top 10 gluttons.
You
in
had
the
Deons
animal
out there? That's
kingdom
awesome.
And comparing them
Don't
to
dox me,
human
though.
attempts to eat their way into the record books. Find out
I
what
didn't know
gluttony
Deon's
really is
moved
a
out to
deadly
Colorado. I
sin
thought it
when
was
it's
still...
taken
I think
to
there
the
might be
most
one in Texas too,
extreme.
now that I think about it.
Earth is a planet
Earth.
of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others.
I want a sip of my Sonics, but it's holding my book up.
Join us as we count down to find the most unusual and the most extraordinary. The most
Oh,
extreme.
their lemonade fucking burns. There's a lot of murder in Arizona? Where?
Just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water, along comes number 10 in the countdown.
Oh, Toad, you missed Caesar bullying you.
The tiger shark has a terrible reputation.
Tucson.
It's number 10 in our countdown of gluttony, because a tiger shark will
It's a
take
vertical
a bite
of
out
a
of
flea.
anything that gets in its way.
Does he? Can you jump really high, Toad? I've never seen you jump. It does sound terrible. He missed the flea episode. He just missed it. Fleas can jump really high. That's the joke there. Angel Reese on the I don't know what that means.
It doesn't matter if it's dead or alive. Tiger sharks will try to swallow it. These
That
sharks
sounds like
have
Poppy.
been called the garbage cans of the sea, because they'll take a bite out of any old rubbish.
That also sounds like Bernie.
Strange things have been found in the stomachs of tiger sharks. Things like
You can only
tom-tom
jump like
drums,
2 to 3 inches.
car license plates,
I say, like, I don't have a bad knee, and if I
Earring.
tried to jump,
a coil of
I
copper
would
wire,
get anywhere near that
lumps
high.
of coal,
Which is
a can
average,
of
by the
salmon,
way.
and even bits from a suit of
Okay.
armor. But tiger sharks don't need a tinsmith or a doctor. They have a better way of getting rid of the rubbish they eat, according to Aquarium of the Pacific curator Eric Forsman.
They're actually able to regurgitate their stomach to expel any of these inedible items from their stomachs that they can't digest more naturally, turtle shells or carapaces. They're able to invert their stomach and expel the undigestible items so they can go on and continue feeding on things.
I
that
wish I
will
could
be
invert
digestible.
my stomach and get rid of the
Hurling
gastritis.
chunks may
That's
be
in
an
it.
extreme solution for an upset tummy, but it's no cure for the extreme gluttony found in
Is it
this pregnant
nodding
sand
up in
tiger
here? I'm
shark.
gonna lose my
By
mind.
using
This is what
special
happens when
cameras,
your yarn gets
scientists were
fucked
able
up.
to peer inside the female's
Don't do
body
this.
cavity. Imagine their surprise when they saw the biggest unborn shark swimming around inside its
Ew.
mother's belly. It was busy
Gross.
finding all its unborn brothers and sisters and eating them.
Oh, you can see how much jaundice I have. Look how translucent my hand is right now.
Only thanks to special equipment could scientists
smile
see
licking,
the
that was
ultimate in
terrible,
sibling
yeah.
rivalry. But the extreme gluttony of the countdown's next contender is out there for all to see.
He enjoyed looking at the insides of that shark. Keep him away from sharks, bro.
Number 9 in our gluttonous countdown really loves to pig out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm almost halfway done with the head, but I am not. I'm close though. I'm on 8 of 20, so I'm pretty close. Do I turn orange like Trump?
Everybody
No,
knows
I just
that pigs are
get
the
completely
greediest
translucent.
animals on Earth.
I don't know if I can show
Or
you.
are they?
Cause like on my upper
To
arm,
find out
you
the
can
truth
see
about
like
the eating
veins and
habits of
stuff, but you
pigs,
can't on like
you
my
just
webcam.
have to ask Connie Precious from Toledo, Oregon.
But you see all the veins in my hand? You
She
shouldn't
has
be
to
able to
feed
see
18
those.
pigs every day. That's because Connie and her husband Bob have a most unusual
I don't go
family.
outside. And I need to. But it also doesn't help that the webcam is also whitewashing me. I am darker than this.
18 pigs live with Connie and Bob inside their house. They call Pigtasia.
Pictasia. I feel like there's Cheetos! I feel like there's a joke somewhere here, but I don't know what the joke is.
So have pigs had a bad rap? Are they really the world's most greedy gluttons?
No,
As
I'm
far
the
as
world's
people
most
thinking
greedy
that pigs
glutton.
will eat anything, that's not true because if you put popcorn in Pistachio's mouth, he just spits it right out. And we used to buy the mixed veggies that you buy, you know, put it on their plates. And
I didn't know you
every night
weren't
I'd
at
pick
work.
up his bowl out, and there would be like 7 or 8 green beans laying in the bottom. So then it got to be funny to bury it in their food and everything and go back, and those green beans will be laying in that bowl. He will not eat green beans.
Sheldon, I noticed, also
We have some
wasn't
pigs
at
that won't
work.
even eat carrots, so it's not that they'll eat anything. Yeah, he's really fussy.
I saw Sheldon was out somewhere. Well, and then he was at Coronado because he messaged me the other day. Because he was at the mall. I have to give him some pumpkins.
Thanks, Dash.
Dude. Haagen-Dazs. His name is Haagen-Dazs.
Pigs don't even pig out. They actually have quite small stomachs, unlike one of the most extreme gluttons in history. King Henry VIII of England really loved making a pig of himself.
Did you have time off for a reason that you can tell me on stream, Mr. Toad?
And his courtiers chewed their way through
Crispy
mountains of
bacon.
food.
No, you didn't tell me!
For just one banquet included 17 pigs,
Okay.
11 beef, 540 chickens, 6 cranes, 72 geese, 384 pigeons, 640
Yeah, he didn't tell me
ducks,
anything
and
because,
4
like, what, that
peacocks.
week
For
where he
dessert,
was,
there were
like,
1,300 apples
being
and
mean when you guys were in the
3,000 loaves of
hospital
bread.
for your family member, I was supposed to give him his pumpkins on that Friday, and then he was like, I'm out of the apartment with, like, the little, like, giggling, like, hand over face emoji. He didn't tell me anything. He never tells me
Compared
anything.
to some human gluttons, the greedy pig is positively
Nice to meet you.
anorexic.
Him hellhound.
That's why it's only number 9
Hondo.
in our countdown. If you thought our first 2 contenders had healthy appetites, wait till you see animals that really bite off more than they can chew. They'll leave you gasping for breath, even if you're only wanting a quick bite. That's coming up on the most extreme.
Extreme.
America produces over 500,000 tons of rubbish every day.
Damn.
For
That's a lot of
number 8
rubbish.
in our countdown, dinner is served. Vultures love rubbish. That's because vultures eat meat. Any meat. Fresh meat, rotten meat, putrid, decaying, disgusting meat. Vultures will find it and fight for it. Vultures are extreme scavengers. Roadkills are meals on wheels for vultures, but they have to eat fast. Real fast. Especially when all their friends are wanting a piece of the action. That's why vultures are extreme gluttons. They can swallow up to 20% of their body weight. Now,
Me
if
too.
that doesn't sound extreme, just imagine if you could eat like a vulture.
You've never seen me eat.
20%
Ooh, look,
of
it's an
your body
animatic.
weight is an awful lot of hamburgers. For an average-sized person, it would be like gulping down 108 hamburgers at a sitting. Would you like fries with that?
You've never seen me eat hamburgers. Don't make
But
assumptions.
of course, vultures don't often get to eat hamburgers. Their idea of a happy meal
Why is the
is
animated dude so
something dead
swole? I don't
and
know.
really
Probably
rotten.
so that they could put as many hamburgers on the table as possible. Dude, become the swole dad.
Dining on the dead is not only disgusting.
So,
it can
Caesar,
be
all you have to do
dangerous,
is
too.
1, eat like me,
Inside
and then
rotting
2,
flesh,
work
you
out.
can find
And I think
deadly
that's all you
diseases
have
like
to do.
botulism and cholera. But these diseases just add a little flavor for a vulture, because these birds have stomachs of steel. Their stomach acids are so strong, they can dissolve just about any kind of bug, including anthrax.
Anthrax?
But one man shares the vulture's cast iron constitution.
He, like I'm dying every day.
Meet Jed Donahue from Arlington, Texas. Jed likes jalapeno peppers.
I have to
He
feed the
likes
worm.
them
You have a
a
worm?
lot.
Or are you talking about
In
your
fact,
child?
Jed can eat 152 in 15 minutes.
I got started with jalapenos in high school, actually. There was a Spanish club
Yes.
contest. There was a jalapeno eating contest, and I looked at one of these things.
Both.
I thought, I could probably win this contest, and it was a 2-minute contest.
You didn't
and I
tell me
sat
you were
down and ate 40
pregnant.
of them
Congratulations.
in 2 minutes, and it was just one after another. Second place.
I'm
ate
assuming
6.
Toad's the father.
So right then and there, I thought I had a talent that maybe other people don't have, and they went down easy. They came out.
That's
not
what
so
I thought.
easy. Eating a jalapeno.
See
is
what's
like kissing
crazy?
A hot light bulb and drinking molten
Is
lava.
this man eats
This is almost like a little green bullet.
jalapenos like
Fights
that
back.
on
They
purpose?
kind of
If
explode
I
with
did that,
juice,
I'd eat
when you
one,
bite into 'em.
and then I'd be
And,
out of
bystanders
commission for the
beware,
rest of the day
because these little
because
fly,
I'd be in
and
so
I'll show
much
that to you right
pain
now.
because of my gastritis. Oh my god, it squirted all over the camera!
Thanks to his high tolerance of pain, Jed has won 7 jalapeno eating contests at the Glutton Bowl, run by the International Federation of Competitive Eaters. But like any athlete, Jed undergoes a rigorous training program.
To prepare to eat 100 of these, you have to stretch your stomach the night before. 100 of anything is going to fill you up.
How the
and
fuck do you
stomach is
stretch your
just like any
stomach?
other muscle. It needs to be stretched and trained to act properly. I don't want to eat 100 jalapenos the night before a contest because I'm not going to feel good the next day. So what I do is eat 5 pounds of grapes.
What?
No vulture will ever break Jed Donahue's record. Vultures don't eat jalapenos or any other vegetable.
No
for that
shit.
matter. Luckily for us, what they do eat is rotten meat.
Who
Their
is
cast
Joey
iron
Chestnut?
stomachs let them clean up the dead and diseased. So vultures are nature's undertakers. Their extreme gluttony is actually making the world a safer place for all of us. We've invited revolting
Never
vultures,
speak again.
pampered
Well,
pigs, and
how am I
scavenging
supposed to know
sharks
who Joey
join us
Chestnut
at our
is?
smorgasbord of extreme
He's the
diners.
goat.
But coming up is an animal that would eat them all for breakfast. Dine with the
It
devil.
was 9
Next
minutes.
on the most.
But I did have to be reminded to breathe. Listen. It was a big burger. It was a 2-patty burger. From Red
To
Robin.
find number 7 in the countdown, you have to travel to the far south of Australia. This wombat isn't dreaming of food.
I think working retail for 5 years fucked up the way I eat
It's
food
part
because I want to
of a
eat
nightmare.
quickly during my lunch. Or like during my 15s. What am I looking at? I don't know if I want to know what I'm looking at. What the fuck did I do?
Meet the Tasmanian devil.
Whoa! The Tasmanian devil! I have a really sad story about Tasmanian
This
devils.
extreme glutton likes eating its food from the inside out. The pit bull terrier of the marsupial world was called a devil by
Wow,
early European
okay.
settlers who were terrified
Rude.
by its
I'm offended.
demonic cries.
That's what I sound like.
The
This is what I
Tasmanian
sound like when
devil
I'm playing
is another
Overwatch.
scavenger ruled by its stomach. It'll eat anything that smells even remotely like flesh. Dine with the devil, and you'll feast not only on rotting carcasses, but also old boots, cartridge cases, and even smelly socks.
Smelly
But it's
socks.
quantity, not quality, that's made the devil number 7 in our countdown. A small group of devils once completely devoured a full-grown horse in only 3
Holy
nights.
shit. 3
Scavenging devils
nights.
have to eat fast, because just like vultures, there's always someone wanting to steal food from under your nose. Devils will
Why do they
gorge
look fake?
themselves
Because they're
until
really
they can
rare.
barely waddle. They can eat much more than vultures, because devils don't have to stay light enough to fly away. That's why they can swallow up to 40% of their body
They
weight
just look like
in
that,
only
though.
30 minutes. Now that's extremely fast food.
Like, they just look like that. They just look like that. It's probably because the video was taken in the dark, but they just kind of look like that. They don't really. They just kind of look like that. Look at his mouth. He's screaming. But yeah, they just kind of look like that.
That would be like our average human sitting down and eating 216 hamburgers in half an hour.
Me too.
That's a meal that would challenge even the world's biggest professional eaters. And they don't come much bigger than sumo wrestlers.
Why would you
don't
call
get a
them
physique
that?
like this without doing some serious eating.
They're just sumo wrestlers. Twitch, don't ban me.
Wait for wait. Not even a sumo wrestler could compete with the devil when it comes to speed eating.
Oh my god.
But the next contender in the countdown prefers a liquid lunch.
Drop bears.
Hollywood has an insatiable appetite for hungry horrors.
Hungry, what?
After all, nobody likes a good feed more than Dracula.
Oh, is this next one gonna be about bats?
But real vampires could drink Dracula under the table any day. That's why vampire bats are number 6 in our countdown of extreme gluttony.
You know what's really funny? I have
Real
the full
vampires
screen
prefer
of it
cows
up,
to
like, right
Hollywood
next to me, but
actresses,
I'm watching
which
the
means
video
they face
through OBS.
occupational hazards Dracula never dreamed of. And unlike Dracula, real vampires don't suck blood. These bats use razor-sharp teeth to painlessly open a vein, and then they drink. A vampire bat can swallow up to 5 teaspoons of blood. That's a lot of blood for a little bat. Imagine if Count Dracula had to drink like a real vampire. He'd have to drink his own weight in blood every day. That's
Jesus
over
Christ.
70 liters, nearly a bathtub full of blood.
So you just have to eat one whole person a day.
Vampire
That's
bats have a drinking problem. The main
What?
constituent of blood is plasma. It's a clear fluid that's not very nutritious, but takes up an awful lot of room in the stomach.
dude. He's so cute. Look at his little face.
That's why vampire bats are not only extreme gluttons, but extreme urinators.
Ew.
Almost as soon as they start drinking, bats start peeing.
Oh my
It's
god.
their way of getting rid of excess weight so they can get off the ground to fly home. So, next time you're at the movies, keep your eye on Dracula. See if you can spot how he gets rid of all that excess fluid from his liquid lunch.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if vampires
But
like
the
had to
real
piss while they were
vampires have
drinking your
another
blood
problem.
in order to actually
If
get the
someone in
nutrients they
roost
needed? That's
goes
kind of gross.
thirsty for more
And
than
I
a
don't
day
want to
or
think
two,
about that.
They'll die. That's
They'll
why
die?
these bats have developed the world's first blood transfusion. A hungry bat just has to lick the cheek of a well-fed vampire to make it throw up. The meal of regurgitated blood will keep the hungry bat alive long enough for it to find a victim of its own.
Ew.
Although the caring, sensitive side of the vampire is seldom seen in horror movies, the fact remains that these little bats really are extremely bloodthirsty gluttons.
Gross? What are you saying excuse me to?
Vampires, both real and imagined, are only number 6 in our countdown of extreme gluttony. Coming up is another terrifying man-eater. It's an animal with a truly shocking capacity to swallow everything from antelope to small children. That's next on The Most
Extreme. Oh, okay, wait. Maybe his head is bigger than I thought. I thought this was going to be smaller. But actually, it's a pretty decent size.
Coming in at number 5 in the countdown.
I am glad I
is
used a
the
5.
python.
I don't have a 4 anyway, but no. I'm glad I used a bigger hook.
This giant snake can easily swallow things larger than its head.
Dude, it's eating a fucking hawk.
If you want to eat like a python, try tying your hands behind your back and then swallow a whole watermelon without chewing.
Sir?
To find out how snakes manage to bite off so much more than they can chew, you just have to talk to biological educator Paul Hahn.
They have very flexible jaws, and their lower jaw, kind of the two sides of it, work independently of each other. And what they do is they feed the animal in by pulling from one side or the other, and it helps draw the animal into their mouth. And using that technique, they're able to eat animals that are quite a bit larger than the size of their head. This animal, for example, could swallow something this big around.
But some incredible humans can swallow like a python.
Huh?
Meet Henri.
Excuse me?
He can't eat a whole watermelon, but he can swallow swords.
That's not
It's
the same at
magic,
all.
It's training. Sword swallowers like Henri have conditioned their throats to override the gag reflex. And kids, don't
How is
try
everyone?
this at home. Most
Hondo,
modern
now
record
is not
books
the time.
ignore sword swallowing for the simple reason that it's too dangerous for publication. But pythons would have no trouble with swords. In fact, the biggest snakes could even swallow us.
They can't. But okay.
So why
They
would
would burst.
anyone want to take a python into a classroom of bite-sized children?
Oh no, my yarn's all fucked up. No. No.
Okay, can you guys
Yeah, but
say
they
hi to
can't like
Jasmine?
successfully eat people is the thing. They have to get huge because otherwise they explode and they end up having to like regurgitate people. They usually can't eat people.
Swallowing small children. That's because pythons have a really slow digestive system. One big meal can last for days, even months. So these kids are in no danger.
She's still a living thing.
So what do you think? Is she heavy?
They only size you
But
up
our
if they're
next
big enough
contender is
and
a danger to
hungry.
itself, for it can literally eat itself to death.
I will not stand for this snake slander. This is fear-mongering at its finest. My yarn is fucked up.
Number 4 in the countdown really does.
They
have
don't,
eyes
okay,
bigger
they
than
don't
its
think
belly.
like that. What is
And
wrong
that's
with you?
saying something,
I will not stand for
because
this.
Argentinian wide-mouthed frogs have very big bellies.
No.
These frogs will eat anything that moves. Usually, it's a case of bite first, ask questions later.
Me too.
And in the world of the wide-mouthed frog, size really does matter.
You heard it here first, folks.
These extreme gluttons invite their family around for dinner. The only trouble is that these frogs don't know when to stop. They'll keep stuffing food down their throat until they rip their stomach open. But then some people can be just as stubborn. That's why in ancient Rome, they found an unusual way to regain their appetite. If guests at a sumptuous banquet found themselves full to bursting, they'd visit a special room in the house called the vomitorium. Having lightened the load, they could then return to the feast and continue stuffing food down their throat.
I'm sorry.
A vomitorium is exactly what a wide-mouthed frog needs when it
Oh,
discovers
my
its
belly
mouth
button.
just
My back
isn't
hurts.
wide enough. These dedicated gluttons won't let go of a possible meal, even if it's
Dude,
bigger than they are.
He's
And
eating
even
himself.
if it means choking to death.
This is cannibalism.
In
I like
this
how the other
case,
frog's
having a
just like,
frog in your
okay.
throat can prove fatal. But even these kamikaze eaters are still only number 4 on our extreme countdown.
I am afraid of...
It seems incredible that anything could be more greedy than frogs, snakes, and vampires.
Well, but
our
snakes aren't
next
greedy. They
contender
just have to
fits
eat
in a
for their
shoebox
size.
and burns energy 5 times faster than a marathon runner. That's coming up next on The Most
Extreme.
Extreme. This is a petrol station, but it's full of sugar instead of petrol, because this is fuel for a different
Oh,
kind of high-performance engine.
hummingbirds! We have a bunch of hummingbird
At
feeders
number
because my
3 in the
mom's become
countdown
like
is the
obsessed with them.
It may be small, but it can really eat. It has to refuel constantly because it uses an incredible amount of energy. Its wings beat 200 times a second, and its heart thumps 1,200 times a minute. All those muscles need fuel, and that's why they're constantly drinking sugar water. We'd be constantly eating too, if we burned energy like a hummingbird. Imagine what it's like to run a marathon.
No,
You
thank you.
have to lift your feet about 35,000 times, and all this extreme effort burns about 2,500 calories. But that's nothing compared to the hummingbird. In the 2 hours it would take us to run a marathon, they'd burn an amazing 14,000 calories.
That's crazy. That's actually
That's
insane.
why hummingbirds are number 3 in our countdown of extreme eaters. They have to find something to eat every 10 minutes. It's a desperate search to find calories, which is why they spend so long sucking sugary nectar out of flowers. And that's why looking after these compulsive eaters can be incredibly demanding. Just ask Jackie Fletch and Leslie Van Epps. They're Project Wildlife rehabilitators who devote a big part of their lives to looking after hungry hummers.
Don't call them that.
Well, the hummingbird team actually receives over 400 hummingbirds a year here in San Diego County. We have 6 people on our team that take care of hummingbirds in their homes. Taking care of hummingbirds is really an intensive job. The babies have to be fed every 30 to 45 minutes, and if you get in injured or sick adults, they have to be fed that often as well. So
Hungry
it's a
what
pretty
now? That's what I'm
intensive
saying.
volunteer job. It takes a lot of time and a lot of commitment to do that. But again, when we make the commitment to take care of baby hummingbirds, it's a commitment that's at least a 14-hour commitment a day. They have to be integrated in our lives. We have to be able to take them with us to work, to church, grocery shopping.
To church!
We're lucky we don't give birth to such extreme gluttons. Imagine having to feed your baby every half hour, 14 hours a day.
I wonder if that's how my mom felt with me.
But the reward for all this dedication is an aviary full of healthy, hungry hummingbirds, ready for release into the wild. But if you think these tiny gluttons are a handful,
Oof.
our next extreme
My wrists are
eater
starting to
is
hurt a little bit.
100
And my
million
knuckles.
times heavier than a hummingbird.
Into my back. I'm gonna lean just for 2 seconds. Wow. Okay. We just got 2 more before I start stuffing the head and decreasing, and then we'll be
Very
done with
big.
the head.
And that's why whales are number 2 in our countdown of extreme gluttony. Because big bodies means a very big
Jungkook in a
appetite.
jacuzzi is trending for me. What the hell? I don't even know who that is. Man, I don't know. Why is it trending though? If I may ask, are you able to check and see? It's such a strange thing to be trending. I'm curious about what it's about.
Whales are the biggest animals on the planet. And yet they eat some of the smallest things in the sea. Krill may
Why
be
is it making that
small,
sound?
but there are an
It
awful
goes,
lot of them.
whoa.
Countless billions can form a single swarm the size
I'm trying to make it
of
so y'all
half
can
a
see, but I
football
keep
field.
subconsciously like being like in my face because that's usually how I crochet. Not like
These
y'all are really paying
enormous
attention anyway,
shrimp
but you know.
cocktails for the right
Exactly, I'm
whale.
curious to see every photo and video is evidence.
It has a mouth
Very good,
full
very
of
good.
long whiskers that act like a sieve. Collecting
We're gonna
the
have to
krill as its huge
look at those
tongue
later
squeezes
and really
out
be
the
like,
water.
why was this trending? Just for curiosity's sake, not
But
for any other
humpback
reason.
whales like eating fish. And they've even found a way to make a fishing net out of thin air.
Out of thin air?
Far beneath a school of fish, a whale breathes out, and as the ring of air bubbles rises, fish freak out and form a tightly packed school. Big mistake.
Holy shit, they use smoke rings to eat fish? That's crazy, dude. They're using vape tricks to catch the fish. We'll go over them and get to the bottom of this? Yeah, exactly. Good, good, good.
A humpback whale can swallow 45 kilos of fish in a single gulp.
That's
But
us
it's
when we go
still
to
not the
sushi.
biggest glutton in the whale world. This is the biggest animal on Earth. Ever.
The blue whale?
It's a blue whale.
I got my animal knowledge on deck. The fuck?
It's hard to comprehend just how big a blue whale is. It would take up all the economy seats in a jumbo jet.
Jeez. Just the economy seats? That's kind of rude. I can't afford
Its
business
mouth
class.
is so big that 50 people could stand on a blue whale's tongue.
Oh.
But the biggest whale of them all still only eats some of the smallest creatures in the sea. It's just that the blue whale has an incredible appetite. In a single day, a blue whale can eat nearly 40 million krill.
Dude.
That's over 1 million.
But what if their sister had a
calories
baby?
day, which is an awful
But their sister
lot of
died,
hamburgers.
and the baby had no arms or legs.
2,000 burgers a day is a big serving of junk food.
Why is he going to
Whales
burgers?
are
What a
such
strange
extreme
thing to
gluttons because they want to get
use
fat,
for an example.
really fat. How'd you like to have a layer of blubber wrapped around your waist that was nearly 1 meter thick?
Oh,
And they
what?
need all the fat they can get, because come breeding season, when they leave their cold feeding grounds and swim to the tropics, whales go on the ultimate crash diet. They stop eating for 8 months.
That's a long time.
They have to live off the energy
Would you
stored in
feel
all that
if
blubber.
you were fat? Yeah, that's essentially what he fucking asked, yeah.
And it's this enforced anorexia that leaves the way clear for the ultimate eater on the planet. We've seen 9 contenders. They're the best of the best. Only one animal has a more extraordinary appetite.
Me.
It's number 1, and it's coming up next on The Most
Extreme.
Extreme.
My yarn's all fucked up, don't look.
Just imagine if you had a baby that ate as much as the most extreme glutton on the planet.
It's gonna be a parasite of some sort, isn't it?
Your baby would eat 1,000 times its own weight in only 2 months. That would be like eating the equivalent weight of 3 blue whales.
Welcome of Wobbles.
Yo, hi
300
Moa.
tons of baby food.
We're watching The Most
And
Extreme.
all that eating would make
And
your
I'm making
baby
Sunday
grow
Man.
80,000 times bigger.
He's looking slender. This is
In
just
8
his
weeks,
head.
your baby would weigh more than the Statue of Liberty.
Holy shit.
The
I'm
most
afraid of what
extreme
they're about to
glutton
show
in
us.
the world is
What the fuck is
the
that?
caterpillar.
Oh. I don't like the way they're crawling. Worms!
Millions of gardeners around the world have suffered at the mouths of hungry caterpillars, including
Dude, there's a
professional
whole book
bugman
about it.
Ruud Kleinpast.
Called the Hungry Hungry
Caterpillars
Caterpillar.
are basically nothing more than giant feeding machines. If you look at their body, it consists of body fluids and a little bit of muscle. I
Oh, that's a
suppose.
monarch
And through the middle
caterpillar.
is this huge gut, and all they want to do is process vast quantities of food. Why? Well, simple, because they want to go through their life cycle as quickly as possible. I suppose that's why they make such a mess of my plant, eh?
But some gardeners grow plants just to satisfy the insatiable appetite of an extraordinary caterpillar.
That's crazy.
These caterpillars
Oh, I
are
don't need
incredibly
this
hungry.
anymore.
In their lifetime, half a kilo of baby caterpillars would chew their way through nearly 12 tons of mulberry
Oh, why are...
leaves.
I don't like looking at
But having
caterpillars.
gorged themselves, These
Especially
caterpillars
like
do
moth
something
caterpillars. Like, why do they
amazing
look like
with
that?
their spit. For these caterpillars are silkworms. They use
Oh.
modified salivary glands to spin a cocoon of
Have you
silk.
ever seen how they collect
Cocoon is
silk
woven
from
half a
silkworms?
mile of silk. And if we want to use it, we have to soften the cocoons and then painstakingly unravel the threads.
I've seen different ways than the cocoons, but okay. I've seen them use just the fucking silkworm itself. They just like unravel it. And I'm like, that's not how that works. But apparently it is.
To make a silk dress,
Okay.
you need the thread from more than 1,700 cocoons. That
Now I
means
need to get the stuffing.
1,700 hungry caterpillars that munch their way through hectares of mulberry plants.
Where is the third?
So, next time you're wearing a piece of dried caterpillar spit, just remember where it came from.
Just remember where it came from.
The
There's my
silkworm
hearing.
will always be more famous for the products of its modified salivary glands. But we should never forget that it's also the #1 glutton on the planet.
Why is my hair in this? What's going on? I don't want to sell people my hair. That's gross and weird. And what if they do voodoo?
After all,
Oh my god.
when it comes to eating,
Go away.
the
There we go.
caterpillar really is the most extreme.
What's episode 3 about? Speed! Oh, I can just... Speed!
You can run, but you can't hide from the fastest animals on the planet.
Is that a beetle?
We're counting down the top 10 most
Cheetah.
extreme speed freaks in the world and comparing them to human attempts to race their way into the record books. Strap yourself in because you're in for a wild ride when you travel to the most extreme.
The most extreme.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others.
Earth is a planet. It most certainly is. I
Join
think
us
I've
as we
added too
count
much
down to
stuffing
find the most
before this
unusual
row.
and the most
I'm
extraordinary.
going to stuff this after I
On the
start this
most
decrease row, actually.
extreme.
Oh, I don't need this anymore.
Our countdown begins deep in the jungles of Central America.
2, 3, 4.
The basilisk may not look much like an athlete.
Whoa!
But if this lizard
Look at
gets a
him!
crate, it can really move.
Oh, dude, he runs like a person.
But this is no ordinary sprinter. The basilisk is number 10 in our extreme countdown because it can walk on water.
Dude, he's Jesus!
It may take a miracle for a human to walk on water, but the basilisk relies on the laws of physics. For a start, the basilisk doesn't walk. It sprints at over 11 kilometers per hour.
Holy
And running
shit.
on water
I don't know what that
requires
means.
Some special footwear, according to biological educator Paul Hahn.
They have these modified scales on the bottom of their feet, and if you look very closely, you can see the dark little spots. Those are modified to grab little parcels of water to be able to float them over the top of the water very briefly, holding onto the surface tension. And there's not very many animals that would be able to pursue an animal that is able to do that. So that's quite amazing.
So long as the basilisk moves fast enough, it can run over the surface of the water as if it were solid ground. Anyone who slapped their hand on water knows how hard it can be. For centuries, people have been trying to find ways of walking on water like the basilisk. Leonardo da Vinci was one of the first to put his mind to the task. Unfortunately, he was too busy painting to test his design. 500 years later, someone finally got round to making them, and they were hardly worth the wait. Even when you're up a creek with a paddle, you're still no match for a basilisk. If we wanted to copy the basilisk, we'd have to grow feet the size of open umbrellas and take
Holy
20
shit.
steps a second.
Dude, look at him go!
But walking on water is hard work. It's an escape tactic adults leave for the young and energetic. While older lizards may prefer swimming to running, our next contender is also extremely fast. Not underwater, but underground.
Underground? Is it gonna be like a mole? A naked mole rat, mayhaps? Okay. Now we'll do some
You
stuffing.
have to get up pretty early in the morning to catch number 9 in our countdown.
Or is
And
it just like a
today,
worm?
That's exactly what's happening in the Australian town of Crow's Nest. For today is race day.
Race day?
This parade is for the support crews of the most unusual racing animal in the countdown. It's the worm.
The worm!
The highly
Dude,
trained
worm
racing
racing.
worms
He's
of Crow's
listening
Nest
to
are
the
subject to rigorous
heartbeat of the
veterinary examinations. And then it's off to the track. Worm racing is simple. First one out of the circle wins.
Ew.
Worm racing has a lot of advantages, according to race organizer Jeff Close.
We're very proud of our little worms. They're friendly little fellas, and kids can race them, and they don't bite and they don't bark, and so we've gone for worm racing.
How would they bite? They're a
This year's
worm.
winner was said to have come all the way from Egypt.
It's a worm.
But you don't have to travel to exotic locations to find champion racers. The masters of limbless locomotion live right under our feet. Worms are number 9 in our extreme countdown because they're the fastest thing on no legs. Worms have to chew themselves a tunnel. How'd you like to eat your own weight in dirt each day?
No, thank you.
And who needs legs when you live in a burrow? Worms just need tiny bristles to grip the wall as they push themselves through the soil. And earthworms can travel fast. 15 meters per hour may not sound very extreme, but you try wiggling that far without using your arms or legs.
No, thank you.
But another kind of worm has started burrowing through cyberspace. And it's so fast, it can race around the world at the touch of a button.
It can?
A computer worm is a kind of virus that travels at extreme speed thanks to
Oh, my
email.
arm's all fucked up.
And when it burrows into a hard drive, terrible things can happen. One of the most infamous was the I love you computer worm. Hurtling through cyberspace, this worm took only a few hours to travel from Asia to America. And while the real racing worms of Crow's Nest may lack the
Ew.
speed of their computer counterparts, they can still hold their heads up high. For an animal with no legs, they show extreme speed, although some will never be quick enough for the early bird.
that a kookaburra?
We've sped past the first 2 contenders, but as the competition heats up, we'll smash all the records. There's no escape from frighteningly fast fish on our race to number 1 on the most
Extreme. The most extreme. How did this even happen?
At number 8 in the countdown is an animal that has to run for its life.
What the fuck is this sound? Is this a rabbit again? It is a rabbit again. Those are supposed to be dogs
The
barking.
hare has an impressive track record of extreme speed.
I am just
It
untangling
has
my
to
yarn.
be fast, just to survive.
I can't even crochet. I have to untangle.
But how fast is the hare? How would it stack up against the fastest human athletes? If the hare entered the Olympics, they'd be chasing human sprinters that could run at 35 kilometers per hour.
What? How much is that in miles?
But that's no problem for the hare.
Was this show made in fucking Canada?
hare
Why
can
is
hit a
everything in
top speed
kilometers?
Of more than 70 kilometers per hour, which would mean it would win the Olympic 100 meters in a time of just 5 seconds. Such extreme speeds would be useful in
What
another
the fuck
famous
is a
race.
kilometer?
A hare running at full throttle would be able to keep pace with the horses running in the Kentucky Derby. So how can hares run so fast? After all, horses and humans have much longer legs and much more muscle. Well, for any competitor, extreme speed comes from 2 things: how fast you move your legs and how long your stride is. The hare carries much less body weight than either a horse or a human, so its muscles can push its body much further every jump it takes. The hare is also extremely flexible. This means it can maximize its stride length by
Ooh,
stretching out
look at
those
him.
powerful back legs and then bringing them up in front of its chin.
I don't
That's
think
how the
whole
sprinting hare covers the ground so much faster than we do. Each hop can cover almost twice the distance down the track. The extreme speed of the hare can get them out of
I
all
have some
sorts of
scrap
trouble.
yarn that I would like to put in the
But
Slendy
they're still a
Man.
whole lot slower than the next animal in the countdown.
What is this rabbit sequence? There,
We've raced
he's
through 3
fast.
animals on our way to find the
Nice
most
to meet you.
extreme
Him hell
speed
hell.
Welcome
freak on
back,
the
deputy.
planet.
We're on the
But
most
coming
extreme
up, we'll
speed.
discover there's only a fraction of a second between the quick.
Yeah,
and
because
the
that's
dead.
his his stride. They were trying to show us how big his stride is. I'm almost done with Slendy Man head. I'm just adding some. I have a bunch of scrap yarn that I'm using to help stuff his head.
So just who is the fastest draw in the West?
This was a hack I saw on the
For the
YouTube.
cowboys of the Wild West, extreme speed was the difference between life and death.
Holy shit. Why is this man stance up like that?
It only takes 0.2 of a second for the fastest gunslingers to draw and shoot. But the cowboys have competition. This is one of the fastest claws in the West. But you won't find the mantis shrimp walking the main
I would
street
not
of
be able
some
to draw on
dusty
fire that fast,
western
dude.
town. This varmint hides at the bottom of a fish tank. The mantis shrimp is number 7 on the countdown because
Holy
it's a
shit,
real
it's the mantis
sharpshooter.
shrimp.
It doesn't pack pistols, but it uses clubs to knock
They
its
punch
opponents
real
senseless.
hard. Holy shit, look at him go. He's dead. Dead as hell.
Those front legs move as fast as a speeding bullet and cause about as much damage, according to Australian museum scientist Dr. Shane Ayong.
I don't know why, but something about this. I feel like there's a meme I remember where it was like mantis shrimp, something something, mantis shrimp puncher balls.
a second, and that's faster than the eye can see. It's been measured to
But I may be
approach that of a small
making that
caliber
up.
bullet, so the power is quite remarkable. If you're a crab, the only chance you
If you're a
have
crab.
to escape from a mantis shrimp is to run before it sees you.
Dude, don't be a crab around the fucking mantis shrimp. You'll die. Made up information out there. I feel like I remember something about a meme or like some dude got his balls hit by a mantis shrimp, something like that. I don't remember.
Anybody who's tried to pick up a mantis shrimp
My memory is
quickly
terrible.
learns why it's nicknamed the thumb splitter.
Ew.
And it's even got a reputation for destroying expensive aquariums.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Huh? I don't know. I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's probably not real. We're not gonna think about it.
But believe it or not, the mantis shrimp still
Mantis
isn't
shrimp.
the fastest claw in the sea. That honor belongs to its
Why?
cousin.
Why
the
does
snapping
Milcut's
shrimp.
brother want one?
It's
The
not as
snapping
big and
shrimp!
dangerous as the mantis, but it's quicker on the draw.
What is he doing?
The snapping shrimp
But he
is
ain't got
armed with
bulletproof
one
glass.
huge claw.
Oh,
In the
shit.
past, people assumed that when the ends of this claw
Ah.
clicked together, it created the snapping noise from which the shrimp got its name. But the snapping shrimp has a secret weapon.
Them
When
shrimps always
scientists took
packing,
a
huh?
closer
Why
look
did
at
you
the snapping shrimp's
Caesar?
incredible claw, they discovered the snapping noise
I
wasn't
wouldn't know.
caused by the pincers slamming together. When the
Used to be
shrimp
such a
closes its claw,
safe
it
shrimp
shoots out a
foot.
jet of water that moves so fast it creates an air bubble in the sea. When this cavitation bubble implodes, it
No,
creates a
my yarn.
massive shockwave and a loud bang.
Holy shit.
The snapping
that's
shrimp
enough
uses
yarn.
this shockwave like a stun
Gotta use
grenade
more stuff
to
in.
knock its prey out cold.
Then they started eating the pets. Caesar!
So how would the fastest claw in the sea compare to the gunslingers of the Wild West? It's time for a showdown at the OK.
Don't mind me. I'm just
Coral.
stuffing Slenderman's head. Wow, my knuckles are like... Okay.
The snapping shrimp is almost 100 times faster than the best gunslinger in town.
Holy shit. Dude, he's fucking dead.
The world's top athletes would try just about anything to win a gold medal. They've got high-tech suits, scientific training regimes, and space-age shoes.
Space-age
what they
shoes?
really need is a pair of these legs.
Ostrich legs? Sir, I don't think they can
The
just get
ostrich
those.
is the fastest thing on 2 legs. Sure, it may look a little ungainly, but the ostrich would leave our fastest athletes in their dust.
Dude, this music
At
slaps.
80 kilometers per hour. they're
How
more
much
than
is that
twice the
in
speed of our
miles?
fastest Olympic sprinters. We'd need mechanical assistance just to keep up. An ostrich runs as fast as an Olympic sprint cyclist.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Flightless birds called ratites.
Crying.
All ratites have long legs built for speed. After all, they can't fly away from danger. Humans
Could you
never
imagine
run
if
like an
ostriches could
ostrich without
fly?
some extreme surgery, according to Mike Archer from the Australian Museum.
What will we have to do as humans to keep up with these gigantic, fast-running ratites? What if we wanted to catch them, eat them, or whatever, or get out of their way if they're predators? We'd have to redesign ourselves fundamentally. We'd basically have to give ourselves shrimpy little warty
No,
arms
thank
that would
you.
sort of dangle up in front of our chests, little bitty things. We'd have to get rid of all
Why
these
not?
big muscles at the top and put all the effort on the thigh bones, thunder thighs.
Human sprinters already have thunder thighs. Their
What
bulky
is
leg
with him
muscles are
and
made for
everybody's
powerful
legs?
acceleration, but they can only maintain top speeds for very short distances. Long-distance runners are much leaner and meaner. Their skinny legs have muscles that can work for a long time, but they generate slower speeds.
Dude, he keeps saying it. Earlier he said that some fucking researcher had a
The
firm butt.
ostrich is the perfect athlete. Its leg muscles combine the strength of a sprinter with the stamina of a marathon runner. The ostrich can maintain twice the speed of the best human sprinter for half an hour.
That's a long time.
But the ostrich's long legs have another use. These birds are also the undisputed dancing champions of the savannah.
I don't
Although
like this.
not everyone's so impressed by the male's sexy legs.
Dude! He also keeps calling things sexy.
But one of the ostrich's ancient cousins reached even scarier speeds.
It's interesting to realize that although most of the ratites, or the giant flightless birds, evolved in the southern hemisphere, each different groups on different continents, some were also evolving in the northern hemisphere. And one of these groups that actually developed from rails was called Diatryma. It was a very large bird, very, very rapid running.
Holy
bird,
shit!
The biggest bird of its time, that was capable of outrunning and eating horses. The horses, of course, in those days were about the size of dogs, so it was possible to
Calling
gobble a
ostrich
few
legs
without
sexy is that
suffering
dude, he
indigestion by
called
the end of the day.
a grasshopper leg sexy.
While modern horses may be safe from the extreme speeds of the ostrich, this bird could still give them a run for their money. In a straight race, the two legs of the ostrich are a couple of kilometers per hour faster than any four-legged thoroughbred. So it's no wonder people once tried racing on bird power. Even with those amazing legs, the ostrich
Dude.
still only finished number 6 in our countdown. That's because
Keep
coming
him
up
away
next,
from
we'll
ostriches.
discover that speed kills. And what deadly assassin lives inside these shells? Find out next on The Most
Extreme.
These marine biologists are on a fishing trip with a twist. They're trying to catch up with one of the fastest fish in the sea by towing a specially baited camera.
Is it a tuna?
At this speed, no ordinary fish could keep up.
Oh, is it a barracuda?
But the mako shark is
No.
no ordinary fish.
Well, that's not a fish at all. It's a shark.
The ultimate underwater predator has extreme speed. It's 10 times faster than the best Olympic swimmer. And that's
it
why
just
the
says fast
mako
enough. Okay.
powers in at number 5 in our countdown. It can swim at nearly 50 kilometers per hour, which is faster than we could sprint on dry land. We can't swim as fast as a shark because we don't have the muscles driving the sideways sweeps of that enormous tail fin. But we can copy its design.
Not the long tail for
This
sewing.
is the
But
new sport of fin swimming.
Slenderman head. It's just a
With the
white
help
ball,
of an
but
artificial
you know,
shark's tail attached to their feet.
Slenderman head.
Fin swimmers generate much more power. And this results in a 70%
we can start the body.
increase in their speed.
I'll
through the
probably
water.
end when this episode ends. I don't want to stop in the middle of an episode.
But another part of the shark's
So we'll
body
go into the
has
episode
also
ends.
come in handy. According to
No, it's not
Eric
a. It's
Forsman of the
Slenderman
Long
head.
Beach Aquarium.
This isn't heavy enough to be a
Here I have a
baseball.
sample
More like a
of
hacky
shark
sack,
skin
if
from a long fin
anything.
mako. If you run your hand along it this direction, it
Sheesh.
feels fairly smooth. This is the way the
Oh, I
water's
could have
gonna run
definitely.
along
Oh, I
here.
can still. I can
On
still
the
add
other
stuff
hand, if
into
you run
this.
your hand
I 1000%
backwards,
can
it's
still.
rough, and rough enough where many years ago, before we had traditional man-made types of sandpaper, people such as carpenters could use shark skin to sand wood down, the rough edges of wood.
But the shark also manages to swim faster thanks to its sandpaper skin. The scales on the skin serve to channel water over its body.
Imagine being used
This
for
reduces
sandpaper.
the
Couldn't be
friction
me.
between the scales and the water, so the shark swims faster. And now, so can we.
We can.
All you need is a swimsuit made from a synthetic replica of shark skin. It's covered with a series of tiny channels that can reduce drag by as much as 10%. That's a big advantage when gold
Yeah, that's much
medals
better.
are won and lost by just
Slenderman
tenths
head.
of a second. We may be able to copy the
I
shark's
don't think
skin
you're
and
allowed to
tail fin,
use
but
that
we're still
like
a very
that, though.
long way from swimming as fast as a shark. It's that extreme speed that makes sharks so fascinating and so deadly. But believe it or not, there's another predator in the sea that can kill you quicker than a shark.
There is. I'm looking at my phone for exactly 2 seconds. Magic circle.
You can find number 4 in the countdown, lurking in tropical waters around the world. It's an animal that moves really fast. For a
What is it?
snail,
It's a snail.
it may look harmless, but hiding inside that shell is a deadly assassin. For this is a cone snail.
A cone snail.
It's a hunter that stalks its prey with a poison dagger.
Oh. One. Two. I'm having issues for some reason.
The cone snail is number 4 on our countdown because it stabs with extreme speed.
One.
But it
Me
injects
too.
a deadly poison that moves even faster. If you could travel
Hello.
with the poison inside the fish, you'd see it speeding straight to the nervous system. The poison molecules jam the nerves, stopping the signals responsible for moving muscles. It means the fish is completely paralyzed. And all this happens in a fraction of a second. But fish are not the
Oh
cone
my God.
snail's only targets. These innocent-looking shellfish are wanted for 70 deaths around the Pacific.
Damn.
A U.S. Marine based in Guam
Are all three
was
of you
posing
asking me
for a
that?
photograph with 2 cone snails when both simultaneously
Hold
struck him
on.
in the neck.
I just
He died
said.
in
I
just
literally
4 seconds.
just said. So when this episode ends, that's when I'm gonna stop streaming. Because I don't want to stop in the middle of an episode. So we've got what? It's at 44. We're at 28. We got like 16 minutes.
We've raced past killer snails, speedy sharks, and ostriches in overdrive.
Maybe 15 because of some
But
of the
coming up
that is
is the fastest thing on 4 legs.
cheetah.
That's next on the most extreme.
You're ridiculous. You're actually ridiculous.
These people are heading to Foothill College in California to watch an extraordinary athletics event. Today, track records will be broken, but it'll take a law enforcement officer to measure the extreme speeds. These competitors have a natural advantage, for they come equipped with sophisticated footwear, and they're extremely aerodynamic.
Yeah, called
The
pause.
athletes running today are cheetahs. They're competing in a race to raise money for the Cheetah Conservation Fund. Their extreme speed will also raise more than a few eyebrows. That's because the cheetah is the fastest thing on
Look
4
at
legs.
them. Did you know
It's
cheetahs
3
can't
times
roar?
faster
They
than
meow.
the best human sprinters on the planet. In fact, the cheetah's specifications are more like that of a racing car than a track star. It can go from 0 to over 100 kilometers per hour in less than 4 seconds. The cheetah really is a high-performance racing machine. It has to be quick, because out on the African savanna, the cheetah has a taste for fast food. It's the cheetah's advanced engineering that gives it the edge. Its engine is powered by an enlarged heart and lungs, and air-cooled by the largest nostrils in the cat family. Its chassis is lightweight and flexible to ensure the greatest stride length possible.
Aren't they using
And
car
cheetahs are the
terminology for
only
this
cats
cheetah?
that always have their claws fully extended. That's because they need all the traction they can get as they race for food. We could learn a lot from the cheetah's design.
What the
may
fuck
not
are we
be able
supposed to learn
grow
from it?
bigger hearts or lungs, but we can improve our footwear to help us run faster.
Are you saying that we
That's
have
what
to
Mario
use like
Fortune does at the Nike
fursuit?
Sport Research Lab in Oregon.
We are collecting information about the motion and motion of the foot with respect to motion of the legs. When we are talking about sprinter,
And then
we
I
know
just
that in the
do-
first 30 meters per second, they have to build up from a 0 velocity to 12 to 13 meters per second. And all of the propulsion takes place under the full part of the shoe. Therefore, we are positioning the cleats there such that they move and they can really apply a lot of force that is going to accelerate them to run faster and faster.
Back at the Cheetah Grand Prix, People are waiting to find out which cat is the fastest. Shaka is the favorite for this year's meeting, but Zulu will be pushing for pole position. No one knows the form of the two racers better than trainer Don Simus.
Shaka is larger, so he has a longer stride. Zulu is shorter. We always expect her to be slower. She always does better, and I think it's because she's lower to the ground.
As an incentive, the world's fastest mammal chases something small, fast, and colorful to guarantee maximum speed. First on the starting line is Zulu.
This music goes hard.
.80 kilometers per hour is a
I don't know how fast that is.
speed.
Disappointing.
Can Shaka do better? At 107 kilometers per hour, Shaka
Damn.
is the winner, and his reward is the same as the first Olympians. Back in
What the
ancient
fuck does
Greece,
that mean?
the Olympics were a little different to today's competition. For a start, all the competitors raced in the nude.
Huh?
The Greeks believed that clothes just got in the way. That's why the word gymnasium comes from the word gymnos, which is Greek for naked. And the naked athletes didn't compete for lucrative sponsorship deals. The winners received nothing more than an olive branch and a free dinner of meat. And while Shaka also dined on meat, our next contender feeds on speeds that blow all competition out of the sky. To reach extreme speeds, you have to take extreme risks.
My God. Look at him go.
Spiraling down to Earth with only gravity to assist you, it's possible to reach speeds of 160 kilometers per hour. But you might as well be standing still compared to the speeds reached by the animal hurtling in at number 2 in the countdown.
The albatross?
It's the peregrine falcon.
No, okay.
Diving at 320
Easy,
kilometers
easy.
per hour makes it
Panda.
the fastest animal in the sky. Most parachutists are happy they don't dive like a falcon. After all, the lower speed means they can open their chute and not have the impact rip their shoulders off. But
Ouch.
peregrine falcons don't slow down until they hit something. Mid-air collisions are devastating for anything that takes to the sky.
You can't see what I'm doing because it's black and my shorts
Airplanes
are black.
and birds just don't
I'm
mix.
making a leg.
In America alone, collisions with birds cost airlines an estimated $500 million a year.
That's crazy.
No wonder
And
people
that was in
take extreme
2002.
measures to reduce the problem. Commercial airports and Air Force bases have recruited a special breed of fighter to patrol their airspace. Meet Tom Steffen. He's not the pilot. He's the ground crew for a real Top Gun. Brooke,
Oh my God.
the peregrine falcon. Brooke and Tom create no-fly zones around airports. Their job is to clear the area of flocks that cause bird strikes. But Brooke isn't a killer. She's been trained to attack Tom.
And we lure fly the falcon. We get it to dive at that effigy of a bird with meat tied on it. And they repeatedly stoop at it, they dive at it. And the birds in the area see that. They know that falcon is working and is hungry, and so they leave.
That's kind of cool.
This demonstration of power is enough to scare the local birds into the middle of the next county.
If it works, that's like really cool.
Brooke really does have the right stuff. But not even Brooke can keep up with the #1 animal on our countdown.
What's the #1 animal on the countdown?
We've seen the 9 contenders. They're the best of the best. Only one animal moves faster. It's #1, and it's coming up next on The Most Extreme. You can find the most extreme speedster almost anywhere on Earth.
Really? What the fuck is this bitch
It
doing?
may be the fastest thing on 6 legs, but it still can't outrun St. Louis Zoo entomologist Jane Stevens.
Tiger beetle.
The tiger
It's a
beetle
beetle.
is a pocket rocket, the fastest
rocket.
insect on Earth, and probably one of the most ferocious.
Tiger beetles got the name probably because they're predacious in many ways.
Legs.
I've seen adults grab a hold of things as a tiger would, and sometimes as a sit and wait posture as tigers might do.
The tiger beetle uses its incredible eyesight to pick out a target. Then, it takes full advantage of its extreme speed to run down its prey.
Okay, I'm not going to start the rest of the body yet. We'll just finish watching this.
So, just how fast is a tiger beetle?
How fast is it?
If you put a tiger beetle on a racetrack, it would sprint at the same speed as a human out for a brisk walk. Now, 8 kilometers per hour doesn't sound very extreme.
No.
But imagine if it was the same size as a human.
Where's Monty?
It would take only half a second to win the 100-meter sprint. To catch
Look
a
at him
beetle
go.
moving at over 480 kilometers per hour, we'd need a drag racer. But there's a problem with being the fastest sprinter on the planet. Tiger beetles run so fast, they go blind.
How is everyone?
Well,
Watch
how does
a
that
tiger
work?
beetle hunting, and you'll see it sprint and stop, then sprint and stop. Those enormous eyes
It's
work
got some
well when the beetle sits
fucking
still, but once the beetle starts
teeth
running,
on it.
its eyes can't process information
I don't know what beetle teeth
fast
are called.
enough to see
Mandibles.
its surroundings.
It's got some fucking mandibles on it.
The tiger beetle is the #1 most extreme sprinter on the planet because it's literally running blind.
That's crazy.
Imagine what it must be like to be a tiger beetle.
No, thank you.
When you sit still, you can see perfectly. But then you take off, and you have to search your surroundings again. Locked onto your target, you take off, and your eyes just can't cope. You go blind until you stop, search, and start again.
That sounds terrible, actually.
This is an extremely unusual way of hunting. But when you move as fast as the tiger beetle, you have to find some extreme solutions. No wonder this is the #1 sprinter in our countdown. After all, when it comes to speed, the tiger beetle really is the most extreme.
All right. That was the most extreme, everybody. What did we learn? What did we learn? I don't know. Let's see if there's somebody I can raid. I need to hit enter on this. No, there is not. Okay, so we're just gonna end the stream, I guess. I would like to finish Slendy Man on stream so that y'all can see at least all the parts of him. I don't know how much sewing is involved. Because what we just gotta finish making the body. Which is, we gotta make one more leg. We got one leg and his head. We gotta make one more leg and the rest of the body. And then, if I can grab the page. Gotta make his arms. We gotta make 6 tentacles and a collar. And then you just assemble him. And then I have to cut a tie out of felt. So, let me remind you of our end goal. This is our end goal. This is what we have. And this is our end goal. So, you know, we're getting there. It only took 3 episodes. Well, 2.5 to get to do the head. And then like less than half of one to do this part. So, we should finish by tomorrow. If I stream tomorrow, I may be seeing my friend tomorrow, but we'll see. He messaged me this morning, and I didn't message him until later in the day. And then he didn't respond, but he works like a government job, and so he is up early in the morning. But he wanted to hang out while he cleaned his house, so we'll see. If not tomorrow, then Saturday? And we'll try to finish him on stream so that y'all can see the process. And then after that, if we want to do more crochet streams, because I enjoy doing them, and it seems like y'all enjoy watching them, maybe we can pick somebody else from this book. I really want to do Mothman, but I have to buy his eyeballs. I want to do Mothman. I want to do the Chupacabra, because he's kind of cute. I'm doing Thunderman. Cyclops. I want to do the Cyclops. I also don't have eyes for him. I don't know. We can take a vote on it. There's Bigfoot. I want to make the Leshy. I want to make the Jersey Devil. I want to make the Krampus. I want to make the Goblin. I want to make the Alien. I want to make the Dwagon and the Gargoyle and the Gwyffin. There's a lot of stuff I want to make in here. It's a really good book. We can take a vote on it. Maybe I'll post about it on Twitter or something. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna finish Sunny Man this week. In the meantime, if you want something I crochet, I have an Etsy. We're gonna lightly plug my Etsy, mayhaps. Lightly plug the Etsy. There we go. Anyway. Other than that, y'all have a good night, a good day, good life. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.